clouded over Faf du Plessis' men as the Washington Freedom eked out a 3-wicket win, breaking the Super Kings' hearts and ending their playoff chances.
The LA Knight Riders, on the other hand, are riding high after 2 wins on the trot, including an 11-run heist against the San Francisco Unicorns.
The playoffs are an impossible dream for the Texas Super Kings, but they'll come out all guns blazing to give their home fans something to smile about.
And for all of our amazing fans watching at home, there's no need for you to be stony-faced.
We've got the best action coming your way in just a few minutes, right here on MLC.
One final time in the regular season, match 30. It is the LA Knight Riders taking on the Texas Super Kings, who we'll see for the final time in the Cognizant MLC. We are in their backyard, the Grand Prairie Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Well, this game means a lot for the LA Knight Riders because a win is all they need to qualify for the top 2. You're looking at net run rate column. You can see they're in the positive. So 2 points will be good enough for Jason Holder's men, who played the playoffs for the first time ever. The LA Knight Riders, finally, they have come good after 3 seasons. Earlier we did have the toss, and Jason Holder's won a few tosses this season, to be fair. And with a bit of weather around, although they've won batting first, he decided he'll take the field, putting Faf and his men into bat. Hello everyone, and we welcome you back to the Grand Prairie Stadium. I had to sit down because I think right now at the end of the tournament, it's time for reflection. So look who I had to bring with me, Danny Morrison. And Danny, I'm actually going to surprise you today.
Scaring me.
Usually you're the one that does all the interviewing. I'm going to interview you for a couple of questions.
Ooh.
About commentary and your journey. Cognizant MLC, 4 seasons. This is almost a 4th season done now. What do you remember way back when you got the call about coming to the US? What was that like?
2023, yeah, that's right. And saying, hey, look, this is teeing off. It's really going to happen. And so very exciting because I think for a long time, but probably before you were born, and I think about things as that this region, everyone wants to be part of the American vision. And when I look at it, it's finally kicking into gear. And it'll take time. It's a work in progress, but it's an exciting region. And I think for the ICC and all the other franchise scenarios setting up, it's been bubbling away for a while. And you've got to start somewhere, right? It's a bit like when we were in Pomona. I mean, the pitch was a little tricky and the thing hadn't been finished in terms of other facilities around the stadium. But for me, yeah, very exciting to have it in this region.
Danny, you're an iconic voice in the game. So many of the young fans here have grown up listening to you. They love you in this country. How does that make you feel? And also, how have you been able to sustain excellence for so long?
Well, I think you've got to enjoy your job for a start, and you like what you do. And you think about, if you're youngsters, when you come in and share stuff and guidance, and that's good for us because you're passing on some of the knowledge for you younger guys. And I might add, doing a fabulous job, you and Aman. Anika's just starting. I mean, she's got to have a playing career first, right? She's turning 20. But, when you think about the excitement of the game and different people coming and going within it, this franchise has got 6 sides. There's talk of it morphing into 8 and then just constantly growing it. And it's all part of the process of actually enjoying what you do and being part of something new is always exciting.
I'm glad you went to growth. It is 2 years from today where the USA and LA will host the Olympics. What is the trajectory of cricket in this country, in your eyes?
Well, I think it's huge that the Olympics are actually having T20 involved in it. Commonwealth Games did it in 1998, I think back there in Malaysia. This is another area because you've got baseball here, Major League Baseball. Cricket's been around at a lower level, the minor leagues. You've worked in the minor leagues in this part of the world. So to have the Olympics hosting it in Los Angeles, we saw that at Pomona. The amount of effort and work has been huge. That undertaking is massive. So when I see that happening and evolving, it'll take it to another level. Who's being interviewed? The baseball coach.
When yesterday?
Yeah, yes, I was, yeah.
Mike Young?
Oh, Youngie, God, how I could forget. So Mike Young was just saying that will take it to another level. Yeah. Having the Olympics host that here in the United States at T20 with MLC, we will have had, 5 or 6 seasons by then. So again, it's just part of the bubble and growing.
Let's zone in now to Cognizant MLC, Danny. I can't remember a season of a franchise tournament being so close. Up to 2 days ago, we thought all 5 teams, all 6 teams rather, could finish on 10 points. What does that say about what's happening on the field?
Well, I think also you mentioned the LA Knight Riders who've never made it into the playoffs, right. And this is season 4. And I also think someone's calmness about Jason Holder, who's taken over the captaincy. I think Rovman, and that's no slight on Rovers, but you have some of all that experience and just a different calmness about it. I just think he brings a lot to the environment. And it's good to see because they've got class people. You know, you think about that lineup there, the West Indian connection and all those stars. So good to see them, the LA Knight Riders, making it in there. And then in the round robin, each other beating each other, yeah. Tight games, ones they should have won. I know the Super Kings will be a bit disappointed they haven't qualified, but, they've been there before, haven't they? They've made the qualification in the past, someone else's turn.
They've made the playoffs every year, Danny. This is the first time they're not going to be in it. And they're kind of at the opposite end of the spectrum where Faf and Fleming, that combination has been together from the beginning. Where do they go from here?
Well, I just think Faf, and you can't play forever, right? Father time, you just can't. And what is he, 42, I think, later this month.
And still taking spectacular catches.
Yeah, and I know age is a number, but he's even said, we start to creak and groan and moan as we get older. So that scenario of looking to the future has to happen. So Faf, who knows? Does he have one more year of the MLC? Well, let's wait and see. But yeah, you've got to bring on youngsters and you've got to keep developing local talent to keep that pool strong.
Danny, look at the middle. I'm looking at Jason Holder, and for viewers at home, Danny, in your time, this I think is how bowlers used to mark their run-up. He doesn't use tape or really any of the tools that are on offer. He marks it out the traditional way, how I used to do it in the backyard. Yeah, and I did for my whole career. We didn't have tape. And the mark he's done from the stumps to another line and then do it. In fact, a lot of us used to have the umpire standing there. I would make a line and I'd just carve out maybe, I think it was 6 to 8 paces of my feet, mark a line and say, look, could you please stand with your toes on the line as a guide? And then I would pace my run up from the popping crease and measure out, I think it was 22 or 25 yards, and that was my runner. Well, Danny, we positioned ourselves here, folks. I can't lie. We did it purposely because we knew the Knight Riders, into their first playoffs ever, would be taking their team picture now. They must feel pretty proud of what they've done this season after they won the first 2 and then lost 3 straight, and you were thinking, here we go again.
Well, I'm just thinking about that fan who, gate crashes a photo. Well, shall I slip in the back of the photo? It'd be quite naughty, wouldn't it? But on a serious note, I'm pleased for Dwayne Bravo because there's a huge amount of experience there. A couple of young guys, like the young Pope here, the wrist spinner, he's getting a game and particularly pleased. So yeah, and there's a lot of experience. Look at that lineup there, isn't there?
Where's
Huge.
Jason Holder? I'm sure the captain needs to be in the picture.
Isn't he marking his run-up still? Where is he? What are you late? Get in there.
He probably saying he can't get away from you. I'm just looking at the front row, Danny. Watson, Bravo, and Narain next to each other. Yeah, royalty. Sheldon is there as well.
Get on the photo.
But then Russell, Powell, and some of the new faces in American cricket. We've seen Ali Khan for a while. Colin Monroe as well. They've put together Alex Hales in the top 3 run scorers ever. They've put together quite the legendary quote-unquote T20 lineup.
I think you'd be hugely disappointed, particularly that ownership of the whole Knight Riders franchise around the globe.
Look that side. He's now running in, Jason.
Oh, he's a bit late. Yeah, he is. But you've spent the money and you've got the personnel you want, and you've made the playoffs, thankfully.
Jason now walking in, and this Knight
Legs, come on! You're late.
Right, and Danny, they've gotten criticism in the past for the age of their team. Is it this season kind of showing viewers and fans that sometimes Danny, pay attention. Sometimes some experience does help?
Oh, 100% it has to. And so there's that lovely blend and mix.
Old is gold.
Old is gold, but you've got to have the youngsters. And they're young as tongue. There's plenty of it from this chap, isn't there? But when I think about these guys, and I look at that lineup, very impressive. And as you mentioned, the local talent that play for the USA, you have to have that blend.
I'm glad you went there. Trump, Hamilton, Badar, they've had a few locals contribute to them being in this position on the Lexus Point standing. And in terms of top 2, how will they reflect on the locals contributing if they can get there?
Well, they should. When I look at that lineup, and as we've just mentioned, the mix of experience and youth, they've got some real talent there, and guys that want to take it on. They really want to have a go, and this is what the game's about. It's a short, condensed tournament. It's over a month, and you've got the quality to do it. I mean, Hales can't even get in the side. So, again, those little things, when they start clicking together, add huge amount of potential and excitement. And in the end, you know, you've got to do what you've got to do. You've got to pull off your performance to get there, and they're doing it at the moment. They need to win well here tonight. They really need to win this well to go into the playoffs in San Francisco.
Danny, you're a legend. There are a few on the field tonight. We'll enjoy it from here. You guys enjoy it from up there.
Righto, a look at the Lexus team standings, just so we know where we are as we finish off this group phase. Essentially, it is important for the Los Angeles Knight Riders to win here so that they can be in the top two. A monumental win might well get them to be first, but a win is good enough to have them finish second and play against the Unicorns as a first bite of the cherry. A loss, well, it throws them into the eliminator, and you've then got to do it the hard way. Confirmation of the 4 teams that have made it. Fly in the ointment is what they're trying to do, the Texas Super Kings, and there's a look at their side. Duplessis, who's been around here a long time, and this year, this season, they failed to make it into the playoffs. Generally, they're always in there and challenging, so no doubt that it'll hurt them some, and they would look like to go out with a really good performance. A good team, as we've seen through all the teams. They have stars galore, and those stars required to contribute in a big way in order to get their teams victories. Yeah, LAKR, Monroe and Fletcher, as ever, really good up at the top. Andre Russell, who has been promoted up and might float sometimes in there, sometimes not. Played really well in the previous game. Trump and Powell's been so powerful. Trump has contributed some important runs. Always nice to see the local players, the USA players, doing really well. Jason Holder's been a revelation last season and this season. Has come this season and said, hey, we're not trying to just make the playoffs, which they've done. We're trying to win the whole thing. And so we're aiming for the stars, because that's the only way to go. Saif Badar and Mar Hamilton, so good. Sunil Narayan's back into the side, an absolute champion all around the world. And to cap off their 11, Van Skaltvik and Ali Khan, who are integral parts of that USA side and very experienced and talented too. And look at this playoff tree just to explain to you how it goes. So qualifier 1 is first and second place. Who wins that goes straight into the championship match to play for the trophy. Then who loses that waits for the winner of the eliminator, which is 3 versus 4, and plays them in qualifier number 2. Whoever wins that then plays for the championship on July the 18th. Looking forward to that. And get your tickets, tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Righto, match 30. Robbie Uthappa alongside. Looking forward to this completion of the group phase.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy. The weather's cooled down. It's been kind to us today. And I think as the day wears on, it'll also get a little cooler in the second innings, so should be easier to bat on in the second innings. So the Super Kings, I beg your pardon, will need a proper big score here. They want to defend and go off with a win and finish the tournament with a win. On the other hand, the Knight Riders will be looking to finish extremely strongly and give themselves a chance to hopefully go number 1 or 2. Off to Placey. 163 strike rate. It's been slightly off the boil for his usual standards. But this man there on screen behind Saiteja Mukamala has been quite phenomenal at his absolute best. The GOAT of T20 bowling, in my view, I have to say. There you go. Economy 6, 26 matches, 24 wickets. Always on the button. It's an important challenge for this youngster going up against the best in the world in T20 cricket. We're about ready to go.
Cricket Nation, get on your feet and help me count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Righto, ready to go. One final time at the Grand Prairie. Always excitement and expectation when Sunil Narayan has ball in hand. Saiteja Mukamala must have his wits about him. Keep him out, but also know exactly where he wants to score.
Yeah, he'll keep hitting that length. He'll have to figure out a way to kind of rotate the strike. First, he wouldn't have played him all that much, so just picking up what he's bowling, because he hides the ball behind his right thigh as he runs into bowl. 4.7 economy rate in the first 6 overs in the power play, and he's got 9 wickets. He's changing angles here, so something's brewing in his mind.
Yeah, long on, deep backward square leg of the 2 fielders who are outside the circle during this Lexus power play. He'll attack the stumps, give absolutely no width. Shot into the gap, and it'll go for 4. Will relieve the pressure he might have felt, Mukamala.
Yeah, that is a beautiful shot. Rock back, took a chance, maybe slightly on the stumps. It was the off spinner itself. Cut away nicely, right under his eyes. Done, youngster.
Pull him! Flighted just a little bit more. And reaching out, he doesn't make any contact. Mukamala, gone.
Yeah, he didn't know what happened there for sure. It was slightly slower through the air, but exactly in the same spot. Drew him forward. Regular off spinner. And through the gate, clips the off stump. Mukamala has no clue as to what happened there. Touches the magic of Sunil Narayan. He goes for 4. The Super Kings are 4 for 1.
Riley Rousseau. Aggressive batter. A little tentative that time. Oh, hurry, hurry, hurry. He's okay, he'll get 2. Just took his time, Colin Munro, after the disappointment of not fielding it well the first time round, and is allowed a second. 6 for 1. Six for one, TSK. And it will be the skipper, Jason Holder. Full ball with the new ball. Had a good season, an influential season. Good with the ball at times, good with the bat. His leadership necessary, and captaincy, particularly in the field and in game. All decision making while still having to perform as far as your own skills are concerned.
Have a look at this. The off spinner, and he looked to play it wide of mid-off or towards cover. It's actually the off spinner, so it's practically playing against the spin there. And if it just aimed towards Faf du Plessis, he probably would have got a lot more of the bat on it. He would have got actually probably the middle of the bat on it. But such is the case with. It should run away? No, it won't. All right, only two there. But such is the intimidation of a Sunil Narayan. As in, when he comes on the bowl, people are like, they're so intimidated by what's actually going to happen that they don't pay attention to the most basic thing of watching the ball out of the hand. Kind of almost decide what's going to be bowled. They're kind of guessing. And that's where he's so effective. He keeps it so simple, so basic.
He's an absolute champion. Starts over the wicket. Couple of off spinners, decides I'm going round. And those are all going across, and then normal offie, but the angle. And he's trying to work it into the offside. Leaves the gate open. I think Russell quite enjoyed that.
And then what he was smiling about is that he didn't read his off spin.
Oh, what a shot. Like the shot of a gun. It was in the air, but the hands go up and the ball's gone a long time.
That went like a bullet off his bat. Sure. Boy, that went hard. Colin Munro didn't have a chance. He was in his vicinity for sure. No chance there.
One side already out, the other side has qualified and has all to play for, and that they need to try and get to first or second. That's LAKR. It's kind of a free hit for the Super Kings, and so no pressure of occasion. Yes, they want to do well, they want to win, but because there isn't any jeopardy really on the game, they can play freely, and a side like that is very dangerous. Dangerous to the other that needs things to happen for them.
Yeah, for sure. And when you see how the Super Kings have played this season, they have to go back to the drawing board, and there's a lot that needs to be covered for them. The batting, the middle order hasn't really come off. The lost wickets in bunches. In fact, the middle orders seem like they've been a little confused with how they want to approach their batting. Been inconsistent. They haven't played Akil Hussain surprisingly for the most part of the tournament, despite getting wickets every time he's played. So go back to the drawing board a little bit.
A scampered single to finish. 16 for one. We love a sunset. And we've been treated to some beautiful ones here at Grand Prairie, day after day.
There's one thing, Thomas, that one could really enjoy in the United States of America is that the nature. Crashed through the offside. Earned in length this time. And RRR created room and crashed it through the offside for 4. Russo has got to move on here. 12 of 6 balls now. Nicely done.
Duplessis, Rousseau will have seen Narayan many a time. They'll have played against him often enough to know what it is that he delivers. And so they'll be waiting for errors. And if they are well aware that they must pounce on them and put them away, because they get precious little to put away.
Yeah, you couldn't be more right about that. He's very consistent and seldom makes an error when he's bowling. And that's the thing about him. He just does not leave that length that he just bowled at. That's his biggest secret in his bowling. There's a new type of carom ball and dusra that he's bowling at the moment. Comes out of the front of his hand, but it's almost like an outswinger. Taking about 6 months to develop that.
It's like a knuckle ball. Oh, that's the offie. Cut back quite a bit. Getting some turn. 21 for 1. We try and put in words the impact that he has, the excellence, the brilliance. But have a look at what he's done this season. Wickets in the power play, in Narayan 10, and by everybody else in that KR side 11. Oh, nearly. Oh my. Obviously can't quite see it from this angle.
Yeah, went straight back. Just kissed his hand as he was down. I think he's done something to himself there. Hopefully nothing serious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go webbing. Yeah. That might well be what the case is. And as he tries to catch that, as it goes to your right-hand side, even if to the left of the stumps, the biomechanics of the action takes you to the left-hand side. And so it's very difficult to readjust and go back to your right. And what seems to have happened there is that it might have just split the webbing as he tries to catch it. And so I'll have to go off, and that reaction from Ali Khan is because of the many injuries he's had and gone through. Might well be thinking forward already to, we've got next week, and how am I going to go with a split webbing to try and bowl and play in the playoffs. I feel for him.
Yeah, it's not easy. Certainly feels shattered at the moment. It's hit his fingers more, but I think just by the impact of it, it's split his webbing between his middle and ring finger. Have to figure that out, and hopefully should be a quick fix. Few stitches, should be good to go. Couple of days rest. So, seen players play with a lot more broken hands, broken wrists, jaws. People with stitches. Might have to pull one of those off.
So it's Russell who will take up the cudgels. Didn't quite get all of that, so it won't go for 4. It's a major disruption for Jason Holder, because he has to now rejig his plans, and without one of his bowlers in terms of bowling personnel, let's figure out where he'll get another hole over from, because he's got one gone from, well, he's got a bowler gone in Ali Khan, and he's got one gone from Russell, which will be 5 balls.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes the injury is not too serious. Hopefully he comes back. But what do you think of this rule, though? Once a bowler goes out, should he be allowed to be replaced with another bowler if he can't take any further part in the match?
You mean like the concussion rule?
Yeah, absolutely. A concussion, like a similar rule to the concussion rule. If something like this happens to a bowler that can impact the course of a match, I think they should be allowed an alternate or a replacement.
It makes sense. It's a batter's game, though. You know this, right?
Yeah, and which is why I'm asking for it. I think it only makes the game fair.
Yeah, true. Jokes aside, I think it should be allowed. I think the person who comes in should be able to just slot in for Ali Khan, and obviously there'd be a sort of waiting to see whether he can come back or not. It would then have to be decided, and you would then pronounce to the match ref or request with the match ref on showing what the injury is and saying what it is, that look, we need a replacement. Oh, nicely done. A shot he likes to play. Yes, it's premeditated. You see it sometimes when he just taps his bat before and then moves into the position.
Premeditated, but executed beautifully. Didn't try to hit it hard. That big tap he's got, gets low, stays with the ball, watched it while executing it. Everything that you need to do right while playing this lap shot to the fast bowler. Excellent.
Thirty for 1.
There's our Remitly leading wicket takers charts. Neil Bartman, one of 3 of the Orcas, despite now being out of the competition in the top 5 wicket takers. Oh, full toss and pumped down the ground. Good stroke from Rousseau. Completely misses his length, does Jason Holder. And we're going to check this, and it is given as a no ball, so more to come as well for the Super Kings. Yeah, not a good delivery, and just above the waist tie. So the free hit will follow here. Can Jason Holder get away from it? 2 in the deep, long on, and deep mid wickets. Oh, and the free hit's gone miles, many a mile, up onto the concourse, right out of the screws from Riley Rousseau. Has them dancing in the stands here in Ika Kalan.
Yeah, an exciting match that the TSK supporters are always going to be happy to see. It's quite a hit. Yeah, the second it went off his bat, I mean, the whistles were just absolutely just blowing. Lots of crowd, and happy to see that.
Yeah, not what the Super Kings would have wanted. Wanted to be in the playoffs, in the top 4. But they can go out with a bang, and look at the fireworks. Even almost a haze across the ground. Really strange weather today. Bit of mourning as the group stages ends. No, the loud call, and a good one, because he could have been in trouble.
Yeah, pretty healthy run rate here so far, almost touching 10. Like you said, Lenny, obviously disappointed the Super Kings that they couldn't go through with this top 4 in the qualifiers, but they're going to want to go with a bang in this last game that they have and just show how deep their batting lineup is and how explosive they can be at the top.
Oh, tight to the guideline. Now, Jason Holder was magnificent in match 26, particularly in the power play. Picked up 3 in the first 6 overs, including a couple of really big ones. Tournament's leading run scorer, Alejandro Pretorius, then one of the balls of the season, that to Sanjay Krishnamurthy, and then came back late and got the critical one that initially was given not out, overturned on review. He's a beacon of reliability and consistency. And he's picked up another. Unmuk Chandon as a subfielder takes the catch, and Holder points the way off for Riley Rousseau.
Lenny, you might just be a good luck charm for Jason Holder here every time, talking about how good he is, and he just shows another example of experience. Tried to pierce that gap and absolutely spots the fielder straight on. Hard catch straight to him, and Jason Holder just shows him where to go.
Which way are you going? That away. Off you go, Riley. He's gone for 24. It's 42 for 2. Shubham Ranjani will come to the crease at number 4. So I'm getting quite a lengthy piece of advice there from Faf du Plessis just as he walked out, just with regards to the conditions and complete turnaround that the wind has had. For every day we've been here, it's been going in basically the completely opposite direction. So it means that Holder is bowling into the wind. To the call, and and Duplessis will get in and out with real comfort. He's just the kind of man you want to play for, isn't he, Jason Holder? The way in which he leads from the front, so impressive.
Absolutely, and that is just creating another Cognizant clutch catch to add to the list that we've seen in the season so far. Hit straight and hard to Unmukchan, then he holds on to that pretty nicely.
Misfield from Rodman Powell will cost a couple. No real excuse for that, is there? Because it's such a good outfield, as good as you'll see anywhere in the world game, like a bowling green. Just wonder, because it was a leading edge, did it spin a little bit on him?
Yeah, Jason Holder, a man of expertise, 103 innings here so far. I'm sure he's just going to bring more and more experience he can to this season.
That's since 2025. And yeah, incredible wicket-taking record, about the best part of 1.5 per match that he takes in. 5 have been bowled, 46 for 2.
Yeah, a little bit of mixed signals here for the Texas Super Kings. 46, 5 overs to go, and 5 overs so far, and already 2 wickets.
You just haven't got the sense this season that the middle order has been overly reliable for the Super Kings. Ends up rolling onto his back, does Faf Duplessis. Loved what he said in the pre-game as we get another look at this attempted stroke. He said at the toss, doesn't matter whether we can go through or not, we've got to bring the same intensity to tonight's contest.
Yeah, nice to see this bit of creativity and innovation here from Faf Duplessis. Usually when your team is kind of in a rut and you just lost a few wickets like they have now,
Going, gone. And all very nearly up onto our camera gantry up top. It was straight as a die. It was into the slots and hammered away for 6 to bring the 50 up.
yeah, Lenny honestly speaks volumes about his leadership for him to still pull off shots like this with such confidence, even while you're still rebuilding an innings, and that is 285 feet gone, just behind our comm box here too, Lenny.
Look out for flying objects over the back there. It was an MLC member of staff who will have had no idea at all that that ball was zeroing in on him. They've managed to find it somehow. Goes again and gets it again. Brilliant from Faf Duplessis, and it's number 500 of the season. We've been treated to sensational stuff right the way throughout the year, and what a way to bring it up. Who else would we want to do it but Faf Duplessis?
Just making full use of the pace that Russell brings to this pitch, and just a free swing for Faf to free up his arms and send that sailing over the boundary line.
It had to be Faf. Who else could it be to bring up the landmark? Great to hit the landmark. Don't rule out us pushing up towards, maybe not all the way to 600 with only 4 games left after tonight, but well, we might nudge 550. And we see lots of 6s hit up in the Oakland Coliseum as well. Change in plan now. Long on, goes out, as does deep mid wickets. It's Faf du Plessis shifting gears nicely. Just a chip shot this time. Long off comes around and holds on. Very well judged catch by Rodman Powell. He was trying to make it a trilogy of sixes, but Powell wants to go and celebrate with the head coach. Dwayne Bravo gives him the high five, and the Knight Riders' flags fly. They strike back.
Perfecting that cutter, and Faf thinks he can nail it all the way. But all he does is find the man out in the deep. A good change in the fielding positions. It's so difficult when you see a person to get going in the power play, and you can only have those 2 fielders out. Speaking of out, Faf du Plessis gone for 23. Super Kings are 58 for 3.
Deon Forrester, utility all-rounder, capable. One slight surprise for me, Super Kings didn't make a few more changes. I know they still want to win this game, absolutely, but thought it might have been a good opportunity. Edged away for 4. Little fortunate, but I'm going to give him credit too, because I think just at the last moment he has opened the face. Another look at the wicket here. He'd hit back-to-back sixes. This one's come off the toe, though. And how good was this catch?
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And a very, very passionate celebration.
And Rodman Powell ran all the way to his head coach, DJ Bravo. He ran about 30 yards to take the catch. He ran another 30 back to him to say, that's how we do it. That'll be 4 more, and a scream of anguish from Andre Russell. Remarkably, it's 20 from the over, but the big wicket of Faf du Plessis as well. 66 for 3.
Good use of the variations there, but just with the bat opening and the face just guiding where the ball is meant to go, ends up finding the boundary line, and not a very happy expression there from Andre Russell. Yeah, just finishing up that Lexus power play. We see those 3 dots on the graph there, just talking about those 3 wickets that fallen for the Texas Super Kings.
Kind of a contradicting power play as well, isn't it? Because I'd be delighted with the 66, but a bit disappointed with the 3 down. And it's actually the exact same score they had yesterday in the power play. Now remember, they collapsed from a very prominent position where they looked like they were going to probably get 200 plus to only make 160. Then they should have defended that. They couldn't. Couldn't actually believe just how crestfallen Faf du Plessis was when I spoke to him in between the 2 games. These players, they really care. As Rodman Powell, for what I believe will be the first bowl of the season for him, with his medium pacers. Now the reason he's come on, no Ali Khan, he's clipped away immediately. Long way behind square, and that's going to be 4.
Yeah, it's a fast outfield, and just a flick of the wrist is just going to guide the ball to where it finds the boundary. Just in between that short fine and that deep square, running over to try and save those 4s, but not enough.
Yeah, it will indeed be Rodman Powell's first bowl of the season. And that is, you would have to think, an emergency kind of call in because of the concern over Ali Khan. One more look at the wicket. It was a clever piece of bowling. The off cutter right off the toe. What about the celebrations?
Yeah, simple catch there in the end, and he runs back to Bravo just to get that celebration to be finalized.
Coach saying, get over to me, Rodman. That was my plan. That's what I told you guys to do. Get over here. I want the credit as well. He is a champion, isn't he? DJ Bravo. Loved him on the field and now loving watching him as a head coach. Keeper up to the stumps. Okay, let's get down pitch side right now to Aman Patel.
We love it when the players have connections to folks in the crowd. And my man here, you've got a great connection to someone on the LAKR.
Yes, sir. Jamar Hamilton, number 44.
Number 44. How did you meet Jamar Hamilton?
It's kind of ironic. I was doing private security at a hotel here in Dallas 2 years ago, and Jamar and the other team were staying there, and that's how we connected, and we've been friends ever since.
And so you've come just because you met him. How many times have you been to Major League Cricket?
Ooh, you'll have to ask my wife on that one.
We've been about 10 times or more, so we love the sport.
10 times they've come just because they've met Jamar once. That's the kind of influence he has. And so you've said, we're friends with Jamar. He brought us. We're going to bring some friends over to my right. Our friends of Jamar Hamilton. It's your first cricket game. How you taking to it?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I love just the fans and just the friendly camaraderie everybody has with one another. I can tell cricket's a special sport.
It is and truly special. You told me you've had a nice, fun way to learn the rules. What'd you tell me?
So I know when to duck whenever a ball is coming my way.
She knows when to duck. She got a 6 hit at her earlier, and so she knew, get the head down. We've got one ball left in this over. We'll see if you have to duck again. What's been your favorite part about being here?
Oh, just being with the fans and blowing my whistle, waving the flag, just feeling the energy of the audience.
Yeah, the energy in the audience has been great. We get through another over, and it's 73 for 3.
I love that. That's a way to spread the gospel, isn't it? Make friends, get them to come along, tell their friends to bring their friends.
Yeah, absolutely love to see some familiar faces in the crowd. And I'm sure Hamilton, when he looks over to his left, hopefully he can get a peek at his friends and family, I would say. Absolute scenes here in the Grand Prairie, just the sun setting, a little bit of a pink sky. We're back in action here to see the men in purple go up against the men in yellow.
Really good that there's hopefully going to be no inclement weather. I think a few storms that have been about have kind of blown by us. You never know, but let's hope. Now here's safe batter. I thought they could have used him earlier in the season, but they're going to have to go to their utility options. And here come his leg breaks. Good time to get a look at the best of the power play. It was an action-packed one, Anika.
Absolutely, there was a bunch of highs and lows for the Texas Super Kings. Had a good few hits in before we got those 3 wickets. Faf doing the things that he does, getting it over the boundary line. Very positive Lexus power play in terms of run rate. But in terms of wicket, I'm not too sure if they're going to be happy sending 3 of their players back to the dugout.
I love the way you say that. Faf doing Faf things. It's just what he does. Picked up all the way for 6. It was a bit of a drag down from safe batter. Just sat up to be hit, and even though on this occasion he's hitting into the wind, gets more than enough of it for a maximum.
Very happy fans to see that 6 sailing over. Just a bit of a chat from the captain. Safe.
Yeah, great strike. Really good from Forrester. Started brightly, isn't he? Lots of power and flown to 16 off just 6. Now, got to talk about these. Our MVPs. You've seen plenty of them. And look at this. This is the souvenir captain's card. We've seen a few of those handed out. Got more to come when we get to the Oakland Coliseum. So either scan that QR code in the bottom of your screen, or Anika, what you reckon of that? All the skippers on there?
Yeah, lovely little souvenir. You can see the QR code at the top here, and you can also scan it and get one of your own. I think they're pretty neat, Lenny. I think I'm going to give some to my friends and family.
Great piece of American vocabulary, that. Oh, this is going to go as well. 6 more. Pretty neat stroke, that one. All the way.
Yeah, neat, and that's pretty clean all the way over the boundary. Forrester absolutely crushing it out there. Happy faces between him and Shobhan Ranjane. Just building that partnership, which is now 30 off 13 deliveries.
Making the fireworks fly again on and off the field. And see there, just the cloud of smoke coming right across the ground from the fireworks. Super Kings lighting it up here. 8 have been bowled, 16 off Saif batters first, 89 for 3.
Fingers crossed. The inclement weather stays away. We was expecting some thunderstorms, but so far so good. From a West Indies cricket perspective, Danny Morrison, it is good to see Rovman Powell with ball in hand. It is the first time in 60 T20s that he's bowling. Of course, they've got no choice with Ali Khan's injury. Got to fill in the 3.5 overs. So Badar has done 1. Powell has done 1. They've still got to find almost 2 more. You saw the frustration on Ali Khan's face. Had dealt with a split webbing earlier this year. So really hope he can be okay for next week. But Badar's over didn't turn out how they would have wanted.
Wow. And that, hear that. Look out. In fact, I was coming from back of there, and then the fireworks sort of got a hell of a fright. What the heck was going on? Stealing some more chicken. Nickers, you'd be pleased about that. I was troughing.
Your stomach, Danny. You can eat.
Iron guts. And here's an Iron Man, Rovman Powell. It's a great stat you mentioned. What, you say 60-odd T20s? Wow, hasn't it a bowl since then? Just shows you how much they play, though. These guys on the circuit, so much cricket these days. And yeah, I remember Rovman, it was quite a regular, even if he just got 6 balls in an innings, right? Sometimes you get 12. Certainly some power to come. Look at that. That is savage. Ferreira, Hussain, and Calvin himself.
Could he have a wicket? Yes, he will. It is the first time in 187 T20s that Rovman Powell has taken a wicket.
Holy heck, give the man a prize. The keys to a car even. Play of the day, you've got to believe it. Just a little gentle, just a little mix of pace and what have you, and width on the crease and all that. Coming round, Matthew Tromp, yeah, very loud, almost a collision there. Very good take in the end. Brief, but busy. Dion Forrester, he goes for 24, and now the Kings are 91 for 4.
We've seen explosion from Donovan Ferreira at different times this season. Yet to get that real significant contribution though. A couple of 40s. Keep up to the stumps. Hamilton. Rodman Powell looks like a test bowler.
Well, his tail is certainly up now. A smart and a good, sensible move to have Hamilton up to the stumps, but this is class. Clearly could have been a real crash and clash between the two players, but Tromp was so adamant. It's mine. He called Loudy. Yeah, and you talk about stats gurus and everything. It's enlightened moments ago that only 3 half-centuries for the Texas Super Kings. And Faf's got 2 of them. And Seif the other one. Heck, no wonder they're languishing. And it's an early exit for them. They're not coming to the playoffs, the Texas Super Kings.
$92 for 4.
So Shadley on Skolkbeek. He hasn't had a bowl, but I dare say he'd be due. Get into proceedings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bowlers used. 6 bowlers, and now I think Shadley's going to get a go.
I love that the crowd has come in. They want to see the team for one final time this season in the Cognizant MLC. Some explanation going on there, with some popcorn involved. Here's Charlie van Skalvik, Danny. 11 wickets this season. I'm going to touch on the expensive side, but this man just knows how to get wickets. Went for 60 the other night and still picked up 2.
Tries to catch it, but the lead should get a couple. Big real estate out there. Yes, I had a chat to Shadley van Skalkbeek prior to you and I chatting between games, and he said, yeah, look, it's a hard task, but, you know, his experience, and then he's often bowling into the breeze with his bag of tricks, his little cutters and wonderful variations. But he said, hey, look, at the end of the day, too, you want promotion of good pitches. Yes, crowd loves seeing big sixes hit, and that's part of the game. And on the other side, you saw Pomona, where development of a new venue, and it's going to be tricky for the batters, so it was quite good for them and evening things out for a little bit, even though you saw Rovers won a game single-handedly, Rodman Powell that is, and, against Texas. So it shows you where batters have such a big say in T20.
Couple of changes in the field now for Ranjane, who is more of a touch player, will look to rotate, grind in the middle. Holders come up to mid-off, left of screen. He's also added extra cover on Mukchan, subfielder. Keeper up still. And 4 wickets for this bowling attack, which will have the microscope on them, Jason Holder's men. Started with Narain. Brilliant.
Left a big gate there, didn't he? And then the timing not quite there for Riley Rousseau. Catching, it's been smart, just of late. Good one from Rodman Powell. And this one from Tromp. Very good execution. Concentration, watching it all the way.
And Danny, the reason I say they'll be under the microscope a bit, and it's never good to lose a player to injury. Ali Khan is a huge part of what they do. But for 9 out of 10 games this season, folks, or rather 8 out of 9 games, they've only used the 5 bowlers. And we've seen sometimes it has costed them not having a 6th bowling option. So tonight it's going to force them to go to a Rodman Powell, to go to a Badar, which could be useful in the playoffs for a couple of overs. It's something that Dwayne Bravo has said he wants to find. Matthew Tromp has bowled for them in the past as well.
Well, it's a big blow because Ali Khan, as we know, is a frontline attacking weapon.
Come in, boys.
Just so innocuous. And that does the damage. Oh, crazy. And look at him going, he's going to probably need a stitch or two for that. No wonder he's looking massively concerned.
He couldn't start the season, remember, because of injury, and hence the disappointment and frustration. Halfway done in the innings, 99 for 4, time for a drink. Players from both teams come on. Vijay Malela in the middle there, fourth umpire. Chance to discuss strategy. Lovely sunset with a bit of weather around. Ranjani's had a productive season with bat in hand, but this has been the story for the Super Kings post that opening partnership. 99 for 4 and 10. Let's go down to Aman.
Yeah, we're in that drinks break, but the tarps and the covers, they're still out and about, just in case the conditions are around. There's no more sprinkles, but the big thing is that the wind has changed. I'm going to pick up this Texas Super Kings flag. If you look at the wind, it's pushing against me. It hasn't done that the entire time we're in Grand Prairie. So, new tactics for the spinners and the batters. Where are they going to attack? They're going to attack straight down the ground towards the river end rather than the racecourse end. That's key. Just take it over to my left a little bit. Let's see it just over there. Trent Kelly standing by. He's ready to go in case the rain and the showers pick up. They're out and about and ready. Weather may or may not be coming, but conditions, they're changing.
Aman, take a step back. I want you to lie down fully on those covers. I'm testing a bed for Danny. He loves the laying, what is it? G flat, Danny.
I don't know if I can lay flat on these. I don't think Trent's going to let me do that. If I lay flat, that could be a problem. Danny might get away with it. I'm not at that level yet. Danny, though, it feels pretty good when I'm out here. Maybe you can try it.
I'll be staying the night there. You better believe it.
It feels beautiful down here anyway.
Thank you very much to Aman, doing hard work. Yeah, he's right, the wind, and Nicholas Puran mentioned it in the first game. The wind changed on them. For the whole season, they were using 5 bowling options. Tonight, they've gone to 7. Wickets for Powell, Russell, Holden, Narain. Everyone chipping in. Yeah, they'll be looking at 209, maybe 200 plus. They've not breached 200 when batting first. Super Kings. A lot of work to be done still, next 10. It's been a struggle for them this year, Super Kings batting first. And remember, the Knight Riders, all they need to do is just beat the Super Kings because their net run rate is in a better position than the Freedom. You know, the Freedom lost today, so they need the Super Kings to do them a favor. MI New York will play the Eliminator, which is scary because they won it from the Eliminator last year. More fun to come in Oakland. And not surprised that Jason Holder's thrown the ball to Sunil Narain, who dismissed Donovan Ferreira when these two teams met first back in LA. It was caught at slip, so Russell's there waiting.
Well, that's all part of the strategy. You have a drinks break in T20, and so often the case, the wicket falls after the interval. Precisely what I think Holder's on about. He goes to one of his strike weapons. Such a wicket taken. It'd be a perfect time now to get rid of Ferreira. Going to come round the wicket. Is he going to be circumspect straight after a break? Ferreira, that is. Just have a little look. I mean, they're gone, they're done, they can't progress any further. So maybe some of the motivation could be saying, hey, listen, we want to play well, we want to finish well, because we don't want to come dead last. Put in a good performance.
just can't block for long. I can't block for long. Sonny, don't play with your food, Sonny. Oh, Sonny.
These are the battles we love in the Cognizant MLC. And when the two teams met, Danny, on that day he decided to take on Narain. Today has been a different strategy.
He wound up, didn't he? But caught it slip. Tried to smash it into next week. Caught at slip. Was it by was it Powell? Or was it Russell? I think it was it was Russell. That same area there. Yeah, there's Dre Ross at slip. He caught him there at Pomona, trying to smack the heck out of it. Whoosh! Geez, it travelled. Wow.
And notice, folks, he was around the wicket then too. So started over and then switched to around, trying to play on the minor for bring back the memories. It was a huge wicket in restricting them to 173, which they chased. Seen this all season from Holder. Leg slip goes in now. Where's the short leg, Danny? So good. 100 for 4.
The master of deception with pace and that length. He's just always at you. Sunil Narayan. Runs have dried up somewhat in the last 3 overs. And the wicket for Forrester, caught in the deep by Tromp, was a ripper.
They were 89 for 3 after 8 overs. They lost the 4th, and since then there's been a slowdown. Here's Van Skalvik. Well, enough looking. Time for sixes, says Donovan Ferreira.
Well, you've got world class at the other end, and Sunil Narayan with all of his experience and miserly lines and lengths, and then keepers up, sure. But Van Skalvik knows how tough a task this is, because he's running up into the breeze. It means Ferreira's hitting with the breeze, and it's just gone over our heads rather nicely. Everyone out the back be mindful. Oh.
And with the wind changing constantly, sometimes flags go this direction. They start in pretty much the opposite direction earlier today. Best option, hit it straight. Don't even get caught up. Don't try to predict. Man, just house earlier. But Van Skalvik under pressure now. 6 first ball. You think Ferreira may size this up as an over he wants to take down.
Yeah, big time. You target that. Yeah, you mentioned House. He hit 8 sixes, double his 4s. So the innings of 96, and just shows you what can be achieved. You hit in the V. We talk about the V. That's straight back over the bowler's head and over long off or long on.
To reball that. And Van Skalvik from around the wicket, folks. Think about Mitch Owen, who we've seen do this a couple of days ago here in Dallas. It's because of usually left of the field, or rather right on this occasion, is into a very strong wind. It is 4 meters in shorter boundary in terms of the dimension and length, but usually there's a prevailing wind that bowlers can use. It's also out of the arc for Ferreira, Danny.
Well, hustling too. It is good, smart running. I think, yeah, you think about the technique of a longer version cricket, and these guys all do that. And you grow up learning to do that. Hit down the ground, try and play with a vertical blade, slightly open blade at times. And he's got a few runs in this form of the game as Ferreira, but he's such a good striker over long off, extra cover. Right there. Thank you, Donovan. Coaching Manual 101, listening to us. It's exactly what we're on about. That and even just a little bit wider. And you saw that from House as well earlier. There. They just clear that front ever so slightly. Perfect.
The challenge Van Schalkwyk. He started expensively in the last game and then came back well. He thrives under these pressured situations. Let's see what he can shore up. He goes wide again. Ferreira hasn't found the middle. He's found the fielder. It is Van Schalkwyk who's laughing last.
Ah, I love it, because he was being targeted and he knew it. Held his nerve there. The angle, I reckon just a subtle change in pace. It might have been a slight leg cutter. And Chundu's on as the sub. Safe pair of hands, yeah. You can celebrate, Chadley, you deserve it. Yeah, high fives with keeper Hamilton. Brief again, 19 off 16. Super Kings, they're 113 for 5.
Calvin Savage hasn't contributed heavily in 2026, dealing with injury. Start of the season, got injured in the warm-up game, so it was really dejected for the 3/4 of the season. Missed it with a back injury, and now has one final chance to get some runs.
See, well, not from this angle. Yeah, wristy and a bit sliced with the timing.
Come in, Shadow. Come in, Shadow. Finish well here, Shadow.
Yeah, well judged from Mook Chund. $12 done. 14 off that. 114 for 5.
Big wicket of Donovan Ferreira. Just started showing signs of getting going. 19 runs he picked up. It's now Ranjane and Savage in the middle, 2 domestics. And what's been really important for LAKR is how this man is bowled. Rafa and Powell, because of the injury to Ali Khan, he's had to take on that responsibility, and he's done it beautifully. Just conceded 11 runs here into his 3rd over. That idea of 2-9 and above just seems like a dream at this point. And that will be thrust onto the shoulders of Shubham Ranjane as well. He's got a couple of scores, just hasn't got him at the pace in which he'd desire. Like we said, Powell being economical has been such a benefit to LAKR.
Yeah, it's been a revelation, hasn't he? The fact that he's gone for just 12 in 2.2, picked up a wicket as well. Find themselves in a good position despite not having the services of Ali Khan. Hopefully he gets better by the time the playoffs come around.
Misfield will allow for one. So important, those playoffs, like you mentioned. You might say, oh, it's a dead rubber, not much to play for. Well, there's plenty to play for. There's seeding on the line. LAKR would hope they're going to have 2 bites at the apple. A win here with good net run rate could send them up top the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they'd be going for at the moment. They find themselves primed in that situation. And it feels like probably we'll get there, because this is the phase where things get a little difficult for batting teams.
Well, here you go. To finish in the top 2, the Knight Riders, well, they need to beat the Super Kings. Washington, they need the Super Kings to win today. And, well, New York, they're not going to be able to play in that qualifier. So it really depends on this result. Net run rate doesn't matter. It's wins, and you're in the top 2. Lovely. Absolutely innovative and done to perfection from Shubham Ranjane.
Yeah, nice shot from Shubham Ranjane. Almost premeditated that one. Got down early. Played that shot clinically.
The smoke from the fireworks have just blown back in because of the change in the wind direction. It keeps pushing through, and that's why Shubham Ranjane just held up Rahman Powell.
Show this to Andrew Leonard. He keeps complaining that the wind flows towards us.
Close of the 13th over. It's 126 for 5. Plenty of sports out and about. Rugby union team from Cape Town. The Stormers down in South Africa. Gotta love the wide array of sports we have going on at the moment in the US of A.
I don't know any of these words, so I'm just gonna make
Changing condition outside as well, much cooler in temperature. As Shati van Schalkwijk has got the ball in his hand. Fresh off taking the wicket of Donovan Ferreira. Well placed from Ranjane, just slapped it wide of that mid-off fielder.
Schalkwijk just feels like he's kind of preempting what the batter's going to do, and he's bowling to areas where it's actually hurting him. The batter's really not trying to do anything. They're just kind of waiting on where he's going to bowl and reacting to it. Certainly his confidence has taken a little bit of a dent post the last couple of matches.
Oh, look, I love that. Love that conversation. Ranjane pleading for the wide, and Jamar's like, no, I've taken it right here. I've taken it right next to the line. You look at Van Schalkwijk's season, just trying to find his way back amongst the wickets. Had a great start, the 3-wicket haul early. Took 2 wickets against Washington, but he hasn't been as economical as he would want. Won that match against Washington, but he does that. He's able to provide the breakthroughs. We saw it at the T20 World Cup for the USA, against the USA, against Pakistan. Took those big 4-wicket hauls. But just has a knack. Even if he goes for runs, he's still in the game.
That's got to hurt. Hamilton getting it on the tip of his finger. See, he just kept low, knocked him on the bottom, like the edge of his finger. That's got a pinch. It's like you can almost feel it sitting here in the comm box.
Won't beat Unmukhchand in the inner ring, so just gets the single. But here's Shati van Schalkwyk against Seattle. Probably had his best day of the tournament. 3 wickets in that game. Just went for 17 runs. It took the big men as well. Hetmeyer, Shanaka, and then added one more just for sweet measure. Had the fielders in all the right places, and that smile, always on, got even bigger.
They're batting well here, this pair. 19 of 13 deliveries so far. So building a small partnership here is exactly what you want. Because if have to challenge the opposition, they have to get close to 190, 200.
Wanted to try play that scoop shot. Wasn't meant to be. Close of the 14th, 132 for 5. That 190 mark you speak of, Robin, just feels a little bit out of reach at the moment. Things can change, but you got to pick a bowler in this lineup to attack.
Yeah, we'll beat Russell, I reckon. He's still got 2 overs to go. And Sunil, obviously, one of them. But Holder can also get you wickets. They actually have the options, Yaman. I think it's about them just exercising those options at the moment. To strategically work out who's going to bowl the last 3 overs for them.
That man will have a lot to say about the proceedings. Would have given his foresight in that drinks interval. It's Jason Holder they've turned to here, and you're almost thinking, okay, we're in the 15th over. Narayan has 1 left. When do you go there?
Probably the next over, to be honest. Because if this partnership goes on for another over, that's when it begins to become threatening. So I think you'll see him bowl the next over, the 16th over. Then the last 4 will be bowled Schalkwyk and the other 3. I beg your pardon, the other 2.
And so then it begs the question, if you're Shubham Ranjane, if you're Calvin Savage, yes, you want to hold wickets, but there almost needs to be some more aggression against the other bowlers not named Narayan, just because of how effective he's been when he's operating.
Yeah, there will be seeds of doubt there when Narayan's bowling. Good challenge for these youngsters to go up against the best in the world.
And Calvin Savage just trying to buy himself some time out in the middle. We heard about his injury in the warm-up game. So he's just trying to work on this partnership with Ranjane, headed into the last 5 overs. Jason Holder presents so many different challenges to opposition, one of which is his 6-7 frame. Robin, how difficult is it when you have someone releasing it from that point?
First of all, let me say 6-7.
You spend too much time with Anika Kalan.
No. I learned this from my son. But yes, it's obviously much more difficult when it's coming from a higher trajectory. It makes you feel like it's going to take that much more work to get on top of the ball. So it is difficult, but it's manageable if you can figure out a way of that. Oh, he's gone! What a peach! Calvin Savage is just building a partnership up with Shubham Ranjane, but at the moment that the Knight Riders needed a wicket, come at the captain to deliver a wicket.
Talk about release point, release angle as well. Wider of the crease, angled in off the pad and rattles the stumps. Savage frustrated, but Captain Holder has his man leading his troops from the front. Savage departs for 6 off 9. It's 136 for 6. And you take a look at Jason Holder. All this talk about 6'7". He's wearing number 8, and he stands taller than the rest, and he delivers higher than the rest. Even Marco Janssen in his frame clears him comfortably. So you get that extra bounce, creates that difficulty. Yes, you can manage it, but it's something you always have to think about.
Yeah, you have to accommodate for the trajectory for sure. Sometimes on these kind of wickets, you probably want to sit back in the crease a little bit so that you can wait for the short ball, but he's got variations that are so good. How about that ball to Calvin Savage? Clever delivery.
Akil Hussain off the mark straight away. Gets a single, just 5 runs from over 15, directed from the deep. It's 137 for 6. Robin, you were talking about getting to 190, 200. A lot has to be done to get to that point, especially in the last 5 when you still have an over of Sunarayan to come.
Yeah, it's the right moment when you need a partnership, right? And that's when you want someone to come there and take a wicket. Sunarayan hasn't come yet. One set batter here and a new one joined Ranjane, and there are 5 overs to go. Want to get close to 50. Just want to make it defendable. This wicket gets better to bat on, but look at that bowling attack. 8 bowlers used. 8 bowlers used. Let me say that again. Unfortunately, Ali Khan will take any more part in the game because of a split webbing that he got when he was trying to catch a ball of his own bowling. Andre Russell's back into the attack. So have a look at the wicket again. Yorker into his pads, ricocheted off the pads into the stumps. Rushed him a little bit for pace.
Know how important that wicket is. Important to keep taking wickets, and it's brought out Akil Hussain. Here you go, it's Andre Russell. Robin, you said this may be the over to go after, just because of the way he started his bowling today.
Yeah, he's got about 1.5 overs to go as he bowled 1 ball of Ali Khan's over. 5 balls of Ali Khan's over, I beg your pardon. So they have to again still build a partnership. They have to delay hitting now again, probably to the 16th or 17th over.
May have gone for some runs today, Andre Russell, but we know how effective he can be. Got an illustrious career in this season. Oh, he shows exactly that at his age, he's got all the athleticism and the skills. Getting wide of the crease as well, and then using the conditions to his favor. Smiles all around as the Knight Riders were in a position to win that game in the Battle of California. Like you said, want to get to 190, 200, you've got to up the tempo here if you're the Super Kings.
Yeah, boundary every over should do the trick for them. To get about 10 runs and over from here. If they can do that, then they'll get comfortably to 190.
It does feel it's got to come off the bat of Shubham Ranjane. He's been out there for 24 balls. He's got 33 runs to his name. We know how effective he can be. Averaged above 60 last year.
But the unfortunate thing with the Super Kings is that they only have 4 wickets left.
We talk about all the skills of Andre Russell. That's how he got rid of Faf du Plessis. Look at that first one, 92 miles an hour, then down to 81. And this is, I can take it even further down a notch. 70 miles an hour. And from that first to last delivery, there's 20 miles an hour between that span. Quite brilliant when you see it from Andre Russell. Even now, he's able to outfox batters.
Yeah, he's improving that slower ball of his. This is just rolled his fingers over this delivery and pace off. Because of that, good catch from Robin Powell. Just see how he rolls his fingers over the seam as the ball's coming out of his hand. It's literally at the last second. Good catch from Robin Powell. Cleaned it up pretty well.
Missed out. Akhil Hussain will field. He's got a smile though. Close the 16. Just 6 runs from the over. It's 143 for 6.
Texas Super Kings tossed didn't go their way, and they've been inserted in their last outing because they can't come with us to the streets of San Francisco and Oakland. Looking forward to getting back to some of the best coffee in the United States of America there in Oakland. Pommy and Bunga and I have found a great little cafe. Can't wait to get back there. And our producer's going to buy it all. A couple of other cold ones too. Cold coffee, love a cold coffee. It's this little partnership, come and go. Savage couldn't get going. I think it's tough, Pommy, and you think you're gone. You're not playing any further, and it's the last outing. You can't make the playoffs, and that's it. And got to turn up and front up, whereas the other side you're playing against have got something to play for.
Yep. You're right about the coffee being good. Not so sure about him buying it.
We've thrown him under the bus again. That's straightened nicely. Sunil, I like it, as ever. Man, he's hard to get away. Look, he's almost bowled his quota and he's only gone for 14.
Yeah, what a bowler. I still remember the stat there, Dan. And I know he's gone for more than 3 and over here. But 41 times. I just won't forget it because Rod has told it to us. That's how many times he's gone for 3 and over or less. And next best is like 22, and that's Rashid Khan. Absolutely fantastic, Sunil Narayan. And he gets put on so that they can stall the opposition by getting the best player in the opposition out. And have a look at his season. And this season, it's predominantly been in the power play. He takes half their wickets in the power play. Yeah, just brilliant. It's not just at Cognizant Major League Cricket either. Wherever he plays, whether it's the Caribbean Premier League, whether it's in the Indian Premier League, he really doesn't matter. ILT20, he is a factor in the game, a major one.
Wow. Well, the Knight Rider bowlers in the power play, he just simply dominates. Yeah, he's the magician. So it's the end of Sunil tonight. He's bowled his 4, 1 for 15, and the Super Kings themselves are 1 for 47 for 6.
$15 is what he's gone for across his 4 overs. He'll say, let it slip there. Not quite binary.
He's so gifted. Look, he writes an algorithm. It's all over it. It's almost like looking at one of those fruit machines. Casino rolls up and numbers going everywhere. A lot of W's usually for winning, and he is a winner. The wickets, rather. Exciting. Shadowbang Skulkbake. He's in front of us again, in front of our commentary box. He's got his last one. So, projections, well, I'll be happy to get to 170. Few catches. Oh, De Silva, that was sensational from him. He's done very well. Look out, get your head out the way, Milne, you'll rip it off. Couldn't get out the way. Yeah, Timmy, that's a great reflex. And Ian Holland running away. Glasses go flying, but yeah, kept his eye on all of the players. Look at them. Look at the concentration. Look out, clash. Oh, that could have been ugly. Could have been a real mess, that. And then the skipper of the Knight Riders with those big buckets. That is a beauty. Yeah, good stuff. Wonderful catches this season in Cognizant MLC. Yeah, cameras on top of their game as ever here. Well done, gang. Brilliant. Hot, hard, long days and nights.
Yeah, the 3 double headers. Yeah, and they've done well holding up our camera operators in the wind. And it changed direction. Yeah, you're going well there, Athol. Feeling hot still? Nicely done. Shubham Ranjane. And away for 4 to bring up 150.
Yeah, nice and simple. Down on one knee. Subtly premeditated. Saw that little posse round the corner. Very good. Wrist work to the 4. That's clean. Well done, Robbers. Mr. Powell in front of us. Yeah, the old double headers of MLC, and it really is a busy tournament. Got to squeeze all these games in. So, crew, tough gig. EBS and Hawkeye will let you off just because England got through. Unbelievable. Soundhounds, we love you to pieces. You got to put up with us. I'm sorry. Yelling and screaming. Well done, gang. Buggy, you can take it easy.
Not just yet, everybody. Still got to finish this one. In fact, I'll say listen to Matt Morrison at your own risk.
No, I've run out of the meds. Leave them. Sleep deprivation, we love it. So just a couple left here in the 18th. Shadley, it's in the slot, and Holder had come up inside the circle, so it was there for the taking.
Yeah, can't afford to miss your length out there, because that's where Ranjane is looking, trying to go over mid-off, who's up in the circle. And the length ever so slightly short, missing that Yorker. Yeah, just needs it further up so you can force him to hit offside. The field changes again, sweeper offside comes in and mid-off goes back, so the line's going to go that bit straighter. Still looking for Yorker. Well, it should have. It didn't, and it's been helped away for 4 more. 16 off that one. It's 163 for 6.
DJ Bravo, now the coach. He says, Shatters, bowl straighter. Width on, and the 3 men up in there, that could likely happen 50% of the time, 60% of the time, if you're going to be that wide. Afraid? Ends up going for over 40. Went for 60 the other night. Ouch. VTEX leading run scorers, and no surprises, Pretorius at the top of the tree. It's Seifert. Owen, of course, he's opened the innings or batted it. It has. Those guys are their openers. And then Poran at 3 and House usually at 4. So that's a good effort. And of course, today would have helped that with that 96. Raced him into the top 5.
Alejandro Pretorius has been amazing. 447 runs. Those glorious runs too.
Left-handers. Can't help thinking about Suryavanshi. He's not going to like this, is he? Holder being told, oh, just stop the batters. Or someone, oh, the non-strike is not ready.
And they're great mates too, Hussain and Holder. Not right now though. Not quite.
All that way in, and it's still warm out there. Or bowl, it's a cracker. It is the key length. Carlson is 96, and that is one for the cameras and the coaching manual. Just so powerful through that onside there. Yeah, and that's why he's on the VTEX top 5 run getters this season. And you say in cricket you deserve 100. Well, you don't. You get out. You know, that's the cruel nature of cricket. And he didn't. Ah, you deserve a Yorker. He gets on a keel and a little drag on. And Jason Holder wins this contest.
Yeah, good shout as they come in, all of them. Great Yorker, pal. That's a very good one. Bowled from a height. 6'8", Jason Holder. So that trajectory, really good. 10 for Hussain, 163 for 7, the Super Kings.
This Viljoen, he's been known to crunch a couple into the crowd. He comes in at number 9, gets a match today, swaps with Adam Milne here in match 30, last of our round robin. Take a little single and say it's back over to you, my friend. Ranjani, yeah, good on you.
Here comes from a great height. Taller than everybody else, and release point much higher at 7'7" than any other bowler. And he's having a very good season, leading from the front. Said to his team that they need to aim high.
Stroke. 1, 2, no, yeah, good call. Just watch out for the arm. Distance, these West Indians with very good arms. Oh, it was there. Yeah, Viljoen's miffed. It was a fuller one, but it was there to play a lovely extravagant drive. Well, this is what Hussain tried to do. Dragged it on, but it's a cracking length. It's a very full block holder. And not so much even the swing, just with the angle right arm round, but it's the Yorker length from such a height that does you. Think of the historians of this great game. You think about certain Joel Garner. Big Bayesian man as well, from Barbados. Love seeing him at Oystons, going for a bit of fish. Glove or helmet? I think it's the helmet. No fuss about it. End of the over. But, it's reviewed. No, please review it. No, no, I'm teasing. Concussion test. He's got hit on the helmet, but it is over. And 165 for 7. Banged it in. Just a little skimmer. Top of the helmet. And Viljoen's going, look, this is ridiculous. I don't need to see the physio, but they have to. It's part of the procedure. You just got to. Yeah, little tap on the helmet. Just kissed it on the way through. And Tommy Simsick, he's out there.
He was reviewing.
I mean, that maybe he did need the physio to check him out.
and Jamal Hamilton said, no, it's okay, you took it. Yeah, 165 for 7.
Got 1 to go in this innings of the Super Kings. Just gone 9:30 local time. There's a second innings to go yet. So don't you get too comfortable there. More excitement with the Knight Riders to chase the total. Here's Dre Russ. Right arm round. It's a good start to the over because suddenly the strike has gone back to the tail end of Viljoen, number 9, has to face up. Sondre Russell has decided to come back over the wicket to Viljoen. Coming to the field, nice and full. Should only be one. Oh, no. It's Rodman Powell, is it? A bit wide of him. He's quickish for sure, and he's an athlete, but yeah, just had to cover a bit more turf than we thought.
Just the inside edge of the bat. And it's good running by Ranjanip to get back. They've got to scramble, get as many as they can here.
Uh-oh. This has got snow on it. Robbers! Yeah, reverse cut. Got underneath it brilliantly. Made a lot of ground. He's laughing with his colleague here. But thumbs up, job done.
My goodness, that went high. Went a long way up in the air. And you could hear the keeper shouting, Rovman, Rovman, because two fielders running towards the ball. Yeah, no confusion. Hardest Falloon gone, caught by Powell. It's 168 for 8.
The Silver is out in the middle now. Ouch. Big shout, big shout. I think it's too high. Hamilton's screaming and loves it. He's demanding it. So he's yelling here at oh, he's going to, are they going to? Yeah. Going to send it upstairs to Paul Wilson.
TV umpire director, we've got an LBW review given not out on field. It's a fair delivery. Go to front on, please. Okay, the back goes close to the ball before it hits the leg. We go to ultra edge, please. Okay, there's a gap there on the left-hand side as it goes under the bat. So there's no bat involved. We can go to ball tracking when it's available, thanks. Coming up now. Pitching outside off. Impact is umpire's call. Wickets is hitting. So the review is retained. Stay with the original decision of not out, Jermaine. Let you know you're on screen. Signal now.
Jermaine Lindo, he didn't really like it. And I thought, wow, could they be skidding over? I know he's not the tallest man going around. The Silver. Leg by's confirmed, but they did cross, so got Ranjani, who is looking for a half century, folks. And he's only the third guy. He's looking for two. I don't think so. Oh, we're going to have to run, and he's run out. Carry on. He wanted to get the strike back, understandably. So he'll get 50. The other one won't count, but he'll get 50. And he's only the third batter in the Texas Super Kings to get a half century, and that is why they're at the foot of the table. Not enough of these.
And while he gets a half century, his partner's got to go all the way back. Amshi De Silva gone for none. It's 170 for 9.
Final ball. It's well played. Colin Munro tidies up. So they do get over 170. They breached the 170 total. It didn't look like that at one stage when they were 5 down for 113. But they have managed to get there. And you think about this lineup, you'd think they'd hunt this down, but you just never know. Think about the tricky nature of the surface, been used a lot whilst we've been here at Grand Prairie over the week. But yeah, high fives, and be pleased with proceedings here, the Knight Riders, given that the toss went the way of Jason Holder, and said, look, we will have a bowl first as a group. And you look at this, and Ranjani, he is the only one outside the top two. You look at Mukamula and Duplessis. Mukamala and Duplessis are the only ones to get half centuries, and Fuff got 2 of them. So it just shows you and tells you the story of why the Super Kings are languishing at the bottom of the table, and they've had not a good time of it in 2026. So again, look at the top 3 or 4 have to get you the bulk of the runs. Nothing from the openers there, Mukamala and Duplessis, but a bit of Rousseau and his captain, and then you go down to Ranjani and Forrester. Wasn't too bad, but yeah, there's little starts, but no one kicking on and getting anything of substance. And there you go.
Yeah, so look at the bowling, and once again, the skipper 3 for 33. Most wickets, but look at Narayan up at the top, 1 for 15, 16 dots. He's a champion. Let's get downstairs now to Aman Patel.
Here with Sunil Narayan, 1 for 15 for you today. What went right out there?
I think consistency. Just trying to bowl and as stacking as possible, and trying to keep down the run rate with the odd wicket today.
With the conditions changing as they were through that first innings, how did you adjust?
No, I think obviously tough. They got off to a flyer, but I think when you pick up wickets consistently, it takes back the run flow. So I think that's what we did good, and hopefully we could chase it down.
171 on the board. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think they were on course to score a bit more than that. So I think our bowlers came back very well, again picking up wickets. So I think the important part is the first 6 overs, and then we take it from there.
So no, well done the first innings, and good luck in the second.
Cheers.
Thanks.
There, the magician, very good indeed. Target is 172. Let's see how the Knight Riders get on very soon.
Well, for one last time in the group stages, we're here in Texas, and it's the hometown Super Kings who will have to be satisfied with their total of 171 for 9. It could have been so many more. They were flying at parts of that first innings, lots of starts, but no one kicking on, and Ranjane held it all together with his innings of 51, his first 50 of the season. The action-packed power play with 66 runs coming from it, but lots of wickets as well. Mukamala found a boundary off Narayan, but then Narayan, as he has often done this season, struck immediately back. Rousseau got going, found a boundary off Narayan too. Duplessis innovated a touch, and Rousseau cashed in on a free hit before he was caught at mid-off by Unmuchand. There's a back-to-back maximums of Andre Russell before a slower ball was very well held by a running Rodman Powell in the deep. Went to celebrate with the head coach DJ Bravo. Forrester then took a real liking to the part-time leg break, so Saif Badr, who bowled just the one over, which went for 16. It was a very good catch down in the deep from young Matthew Trump, who should be good to watch in the second innings in the chase. Pereira only got a couple of boundaries, and then he just gave it away. That being his season with the bats. Vajkalpik, one of the wicket for him this season. Then Ranjane just went about his work. Holder got a really good Yorker in. That was a key moment to bowl Calvin Savage. There's some power on show, but lots of fours too from Ranjane. Hit 5 in total. Akil Hussain never got going, 10 off 14. Bit of a surprise, and then the run out that did get Ranjane to 50, but it came at the cost of Amshi De Silva, who couldn't get home, and it really summed up the remainder of that innings. Not much to cheer. For the bowlers on the whole, particularly Shorn of Ali Khan, who ended up with a split webbing, it looked like. Let's hope he's going to be all right. They did pretty well. 2 for Andre Russell, 1 for Rodman Powell, who was called into action for the first time in a long time with the ball, and Sunny Narayan, the star of the show, with 1 for 15. But for Jason Holder, well, he just keeps taking wickets, doesn't he? And he's going to be the man we'll focus on now. And let's learn more about the captain of the Night Riders.
I think if you're a good human being, more often than not, you tend to have, great long-lasting friendships and memories with people. And I know people don't always play for that, people play to win, and I definitely do play to win because I'm very competitive. But I think there's so much more to life than just winning. I think one of the ways to enhance your chances to win, is by starting being a good person within and being a good person to others. And, that's just something I pride myself on.
He is a competitor. There's not a ball that goes by that he's not fully engaged in that contest. And in the end, that's really what any cricketer wants to be known as, that the opposition knows that when you come up against that individual, that there's not a moment that goes by, there's not a ball that goes by that they are not trying to get one up on the opposition. And Jason's certainly that person. And that's why he's a great leader as well. He does it quietly, but he does it by example as well, to show that this is how it's to be done, to be able to really get in that contest from ball one in his own way.
For me, I like to plan and just have a general idea of how I want to go about the game or how I expect the game to go. But again, there's so many different things that can happen on any given day, and more often than not, nothing ever really goes fully to plan. But there's some things that you can plan for and foresee generally happen the way that you expect it to happen. But I think you have to be instinctive and just understand, when and where and the times that you can use instinct as opposed to sticking to a particular plan. So I've come here to win. After last year's campaign, we definitely need to make a massive improvement. And I don't want to settle for just making the playoffs. It might be easy to come and say after the last couple of campaigns that we've had, let's just make the playoffs. No, I think that as a bad way to look at it. And for me, I think if we aim for the stars, even if you fall short, a little short and you land on the clouds, I'm very confident that we can get this group to blossom and click. The only reason I'm here is to win this MLC and, you know, go home with a smile on my face.
Well, the kind of man who, when he speaks, everyone stands up to listen. And in his own words, the only reason he's here is to lead his LA Knight Riders to victory here in Season 4. They've achieved the first goal, which is to get to the playoffs for the first time in their history. If they can hunt down this 172, they will be in the top 2. Can they do it? Find out in just a few moments with us. One last dance here in the group stages for the Knight Riders. They're going to need 172 under the Sunday night floodlights at the Grand Prairie Stadium. Colin Munro is going to get things going. A regular opening pairing of Munro, the Kiwi. He's been pretty good this season, 285 runs. And Andre Fletcher, the Spice Man himself, strikes at a much higher strike rate than Munro, more dangerous, and no real surprise. It's going to be spin to get things going in the shape of Akil Hussein. Since his overs are going to be very, very important for the Super Kings to try and finish on a high and get themselves off the bottom of the table. All set for the chase. Let's get it on. Ooh, and one that just dipped a little bit on Munro. Gives me the perfect chance to welcome and say good evening to Robin Utapa.
Good evening. Lenny, I think the Knight Riders will try to finish this on a canter here. Because help them get to that top 2 position, won't they?
I just want to talk to you about this, Robin. Sorry to cut you off, but incredible to think that, so this is the runs and wickets for each and every team. Top of the charts in terms of the runs, the Freedom, and the leading wicket takers, the Orcas. But the Orcas very nearly the leading run scorers too, and not there in the playoffs. Goes to show it's not necessarily weight of run accumulation or the volume of wickets taken that will lead to success. They lost a few tight games and they won a few big ones.
Yeah, it's about scoring the runs and taking the wickets that matter and being able to swing games in crucial moments.
Big chance, and it goes a begging. There was a mix-up, and we almost ended up shaking hands in the middle of the two batters. Finally relented to run through. If it was collected cleanly, I think it would have been gone.
Yeah, gone for all money. Just didn't collect it cleanly. Oopsie daisies. Yeah. Went into his right hand initially and wasn't able to control it. Clearly upset. Rightfully so.
I think it was Abhimanyu Lamba with the throw. Was there much wrong with the throw, or did Hussain just kind of lose his bearings?
I don't think there's anything wrong with the throw. It just could have gone behind the stumps, perhaps. Just pitched pretty close to him. And because he was positioned where he wasn't able to cushion the ball into his hands. It just kind of took his hands with the ball, didn't it? Now watch his hands go.
It all happened in a flash. Helped around the corner. There's a big boundary out that way, and it's going to require the flying Amshita Silva. How many times have we said that this season with a great stop? 4 for none.
Wow, what a piece of feeling that is. This boy is lightning on the field. How quickly he recovers and releases the ball has been mighty impressive.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in or maybe waking up in a different part of the world and enjoying some MLC action, here is what is at stake. For the Knight Riders, they're going to need to beat the Super Kings. They go through then to the qualifier in the 1v2 game and play the Unicorns. MI New York, they're out to the qualifier contention. They'll play 3rd v 4th. But for Washington, they're watching on back at the team hotel, the Freedom, and they're cheering on the men in yellow, hoping the Super Kings can get it done for them. Interestingly, it's going to be spin from both ends. Donovan Ferreira will open up from the river end.
There is a little bit of turn in the wicket, so not a bad option. I reckon you'll see them being positive here. Knight Riders. See them play positively and try and finish this game as quickly as possible.
Just want to ask you about that man on the right of your screen there, Keshav Maharaj. You haven't seen him at all season.
Yeah, so he was picked as a backup for Akil Hussain, but they didn't play Akil Hussain. They barely played him, so how is Keshav going to play?
Slug swept and nicely played. Had to drag it a touch from wide outside the off stump against whatever turn there is, but Munro gets the first boundary of the chase.
He wouldn't mind doing that because there's only mid-on there and this deep mid-wicket was very square. Even though he didn't get it, just had to be slightly in the gap, and it was. That's the job.
This goes straight up. Now he's hitting with whatever wind there is, and it's going to keep going and going. Big, big hits. Dance down the track and hits it for a maximum.
Intent, clear, result. Right there for all to witness. Stepped out. Rising when he hit through the line. 279 feet 6. Nice positions as well. Here on the move.
One of those ones where as a bowler you'll think as though you've kind of done the batter somewhat in the flight or in the air of the ball. Good enough to get out of it. Yeah, I think for me the lack of Keshav Maharaj throughout the season and on the occasional appearance for Mohammad Mohsin may be a touch of a surprise, particularly if you're going to go with spin from both ends to open things up. Yet to make his MLC debut.
It just seemed like Super Kings as a team has had a lack of clarity with the direction in which they'd want to go through the course of the league. End of the over, it's 18 without loss.
Yeah, plenty for Faf du Plessis to ponder. Did enjoy his clarity though at the toss, spoke of the importance of this match. Wanted to ensure that his side aren't down at the bottom of the table. Finish of the win, finish on a high. Super Kings only have 171 on the board though. Gonna need early wickets. Can they find some here in the Lexus power play? Gets it straight down the ground again. Really nice footwork. Threatened to come down, then went deep in his crease. And it's his second maximum. Munro has started brightly.
Yeah, nicely played this one. Picked the length very quickly. Not an easy shot to play, but he's played this shot exceptionally well. Kept his hands low so that he could go from down to up. Nice execution.
Great example, that previous delivery, that forward press. And you could see Hussain responded by trying to spear it in a bit quicker. And then being able to go deep in the crease.
Yeah, not just the forward press, but it's the forward press with the hands being low. Hands low like that, you're able to generate some pace with the hands as well. That really well. Takes a lot of practice. 10,000 reps, as they say.
10,000 hours, 10,000 reps. You got to earn it. Now, De Silva's going to have more work to do. I'd love a pedometer on De Silva this season. I can guarantee you he's run more kilometers or miles than anyone else.
Yeah, he won't mind it. Such an exciting youngster. Gets around. He could do a lot more. Cricket could do with a lot more of Vamshi De Silva's fielding. That quality of fielding. Outfielding especially. The way he gets to a ball and gets around a ball reminds me of a young Ravi Jadeja actually.
Yeah, nothing quite like that electric energy or speed in the field to catch your eye. May well be his first season in Cognizant MLC, certainly won't be his last, and looking forward very much to watching him grow as a player, as a cricketer, as a person. Bright future. Good finish to the over. 8 comes from it, 26 for none. Been a great venue as always. One of our 3 venues for this season 4. With the floodlights at the Grand Prairie Cricket Stadium. Last match before we head up back to the Oakland Coliseum. Here's our VTEX leading run scorers, as Colin Monroe in this innings has gone past the 300 run marker. It's the sixth batter to do that, and back on to our top 5 charts. No one's ever made 500. Pretorius will have the chance to do that next week at the Oakland Coliseum. Here's one of the changes to the side, Hardis Viljoen with his extra pace. He'll come on from the river end. Great diving stop. Duplessis leading by example. 3 runs saved.
Great stop. Very nicely done from Faf Duplessis. Strong shot as well from Spiceman. I probably haven't met a fielder who loves diving quite as much as Faf does. He loves to slide. Even sometimes even a regulation catch, he likes to cushion it with a fall. Him, Suresh Raina, the guys who loved it. Mohammad Kaif maybe to a certain degree.
I think when you grow up in the land of Jonty Rhodes, you just adore your fielding, don't you? Becomes cultural. So many good fielders. A.B. de Villiers, of course, absolute gun in the outfield too.
Another one who's gone in the outfield is Matthew Bretsky. He is exceptional in the outfield. Quick.
Glorious cricket stroke. Right into the half volley arc and stood tall and drove it away for 4.
Bye-bye ball. That was absolutely dismissed from his presence. Bang, she went. Stood and delivered.
Monroe will be full of confidence after that stroke. Loved the stump cam view of that, identifying that gap between mid-off and cover. Drags the length back, and this thuds into the pad. Feels like the kind of surface they're going to need to take the pace off the Super Kings. Likes of Lambo will be important. Those are 2 standing umpires. Wayne, Boogie Night, as Danny Morrison loves to call him, standing alongside Jermaine Lindo in his 27th official T20. One down's 4. You felt a big stroke coming. Monroe on a heater to start with.
Another nice shot from Monroe. He's come with his mind made up. Almost anticipating that shot ball. In solid positions. Here in front of square, almost towards mid-wicket. Nicely played.
Takes the pace off, makes it much more difficult. Super Kings will have to learn from that. It's 35 for none.
tiny hands, big cheers. Well, I'll tell you what, when the men in yellow have taken the field, there's going to be nothing but loud whistles and cheers from this side of the ground. We're with the family fully decked out in the yellow, so I think we know which team they're supporting. But how is it like? What's your MLC experience been like?
So it's been awesome. Like this is our third year coming to MLC. So every year we come to Texas for a week to see as many matches as we can. And the environment is always good. And we all love the TSK team. It's so good.
Yeah, well, so amazing for you to bring your little girls out. I know mom is there in the back too, so it's really nice to have the family here. I know your daughter Anya is here. What's it like? Does she like cricket? Does she want to get involved?
Yeah, I love cricket and I watch all the cricket games, no matter like what, it's a league or it's like international game. And then she loves watching it too. And then we have started playing, she's just 3, and then we have just started playing at home. And then she loves batting and bowling. She never lets me do both, but then she does it, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, her hands are pretty tiny compared to mine, but hopefully when her hands get a bit bigger, we can do some wicket keeping if she ever wants to do that as well. But great to have you guys. Thanks so much.
Can you put it on top?
Put your hand.
All hands on deck. The Cognizant MLC, and that's what Faf will need from his bowlers. Abimanu Lamba and others. 7 wickets and a good economy. Oh, Danny, can you believe it? Match 30 already?
Oh, I love your dry humour. Yeah, it's been busy. As we said, it has been busy. Bouncing around the different cities of the United States of America. It started here, up to San Fran, and down to the LA region, back here to Dallas, and of course playoffs next week in Oakland at the Coliseum. Looking forward to that immensely. So we've got our 4 qualifiers.
Next week, as Danny said, we go to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Do not want to miss the opportunity to be at these matches. We start with the qualifier and eliminator on the same day. And of course, you lose the qualifier, you've got a second chance in the challenger. Got to beat the winner of the eliminator.
A double header? You never told me that.
Hoorah! On a serious note though, Danny, I really want to salute our crew who bring us these amazing pictures and help the viewers at home get a sense of what Cognizant MLC is about from around the world. They work so hard to make sure this can happen. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we've been on about you gentlemen, ladies and gents, have been helping out immensely. Grateful. Help, that'll be a little extra. Well, the window, and you think about the calendar window of franchise cricket around the globe, throw in international cricket, ICC events, and there's a lot going on between January 1 and December 31st. All the different formats of the game. So there's wall-to-wall cricket. It's so busy these days.
Nice start from Lamba. Just the 5 from the 5th over. 40 without loss.
Let's see if Fletch can get going, because he's more balls than runs. It's not the idea. At least for Ranjane. That half century was the standout for the Super Kings in this last round robin match.
Only managed to defend total once in 6 games this season, the Texas Super Kings. Hasn't been the season Faf would have hoped for after making the playoffs in each of the first 3 years. There have been a few positives though. in 2026, and this man probably at the top of the ladder. Amshi De Silva, from net bowler to Super King star.
Skids on, and he is deceptively slippery. It's De Silva. Yeah, Amshi De Silva. I've been impressed with him. He's given it all. His fielding as well. That run out to the Oakland Coliseum from the boundary. And generally, he's been there and thereabouts in his bowling. Good Yorkers. Subtle changes of pace. Gives it his all.
That has disappeared into the night sky and into someone's hands in the crowd.
Munro the mauler. Man, he hits a big one. It's been him throughout his career. It's the back of the hand slowy, so he waits for it nicely. Had to. He wasn't quite deceived by the slower one, but it is in that sort of arc, that length there. It's just a fraction too perfect for Colin Munro to do that.
As you go back to length and pace on. Rushes him in that extra pace.
Munro wants a wide. Listen, Chief, you're going to come running down and do that and be deceptive. You're going to get one around the throat. This one was a little bit higher than that. But see, look, he's the one who's made the move. There you go. Yeah. He had to flinch and lost his shape there, Munro. That's a beauty. Nothing wrong with the height there or even width because he's come outside, leg stump. Colin, you've come outside leg stump, Chief.
Shot. So effective, and this time, Munro isn't ducking. He's hitting.
Yeah, 50 up now for the Knight Riders with that little swivel. Just had to keep still, this one, because he'd already got the bumper. This one's into the surface. Again, too much into that leg stump, hip area of Munro, and he's so good there. It's still the power play. We've got 2 to go in it, the Lexus power play. That's why that'll always race away for 4 bits.
De Silva now answers back. When Knights has asked for the physio to come on the field, Munro is obviously not the happiest after that remotely speedy delivery.
Well, that's what it's about in terms of batters moving around and trying to improvise all the time. They're going to get a couple of these surprise balls. They're just asking if Munro's okay. Good stuff, Fuff. But this guy, as I said before, he's quicker than you think. And this is the remotely fastest of 140 clicks, 87 miles an hour. That's one into the net. It's the quickest one. And then, ouch. Obviously, Yorkers, for those sitting at home, your Yorker is your quickest delivery. Not even that bouncer. Yes, it can be quick and dangerous, but the quickest delivery a fast bowler will bowl is the Yorker. It's taking out the slowness of the kissing the pitch, and then, of course, it just takes a bit out of the pace. Yorker is your quickest. And this one, yeah, thank goodness for helmets. Modern era. Always developing and fixing and technically fine-tuning a helmet. That was quick too, that one.
Just in Munro's time taking to get this helmet sorted, Danny De Silva is a real talent. He'll be eligible to play for the USA international team in a year's time. Just the other day we saw him playing the U19 World Cup with Pati Rana. For Sri Lanka was in the A team as well. He's made the move, and I tell you, life can change so quickly in this sport. Just the other day playing minor league here. Net bowling in major league for teams. Once the Super Kings spotted him last year. Did not waste any time. It's been a season to remember amidst the disappointment.
Just on about that is these foreign players that come and move here to qualify for the United States. Brilliant. As you rightly say, it gives them another opportunity, and this sport will only grow, and it's apparently going from 6 franchises to 8. It's been mooted, so long may it continue. Yeah, he's very good in this region. Comes down the track and goes onside, or very straight back over the bowler's head. He is a joy to watch when he's in the mood and in the groove inside the power play. Colin Munro, powerful there. Back live. And a nice way to finish the power play for the Knight Riders. 6 done, it's 54 for none.
So he's back to the talking Colin Munro. A 4th 50-plus run opening stand for this partnership. And they're well on their way. The LA Knight Riders in pursuit of 172. Slightly less runs, but they'll be happy that they've not lost the wicket compared to the 3 that the Super Kings lost in the Lexus power play. Abimanu Lamba.
Come on, Fletch. I want to see you get going, but he's happy to hand the strike back to Munro, so the lion's share of it. Not all about brutality, but a deft touch here from Munro to finish out the Lexus power play. Just uses the pace of De Silva, and that over went for 14. He's back on strike. You think about, look at that, 25 balls versus a dozen for Fletcher.
Lexus power play. These two has been action-filled throughout the season. Very good at containing in the power play, but also scoring.
Yeah, this left-hand, right-hand combination of Fletcher and Munro has done the Knight Riders proud this season. Lots of boundaries, and of course, the power play is about power hitting.
I think there was pace off the ball and maybe sliding on leg. Danny thinks there's an edge involved.
The umpire hasn't signalled a leg by, so he's saying got wood on it. Just maybe a little inside edge there, a little bit of woodwork, little tickle. Let's have a look at this. Quite a good shout, certainly low and slower. The leg cut, just a fraction of an inside edge. Little squeeze. Let's have a look. There you go. Told you, Knickers.
There's no way you saw that in real time, Danny. That's a fluke.
I heard it.
Impossible.
Let's hit that. 4 bits. Munro dealing in boundaries. What's he now? Yeah. He's got a 50 here, Colin Munro, and he's hit 6 fours and 3 maximums. They're up out of their seats, appreciating this from Munro.
It's a 4th 50 for Colin Munro in his maiden Cognizant MLC 50. Always puts up that signal, that C for his family. His entire family will be very proud. So used to seeing him in this purple and gold, doing well for this franchise. He's the ultimate Knight Rider. Put down. That could be costly.
Oh, it sums up the season a bit, really. Just too many misses from the Texas Super Kings. If onlys. Oh, yeah. You'll know he should have done better. 8th drop catch this season for the Super Kings. He's going to make the most of this, Munro, here on a Sunday evening.
62 for none. Yeah, they needed stability at the top. First 3 years, it had been a big deficiency for them. He's brought it. And 2 of the 450s against the Texas Super Kings, both in run chases. Got one in LA. Cracker of a game. Rodman Powell finished the job, and he's got one here. Back-to-back 50s as well, Danny.
I love Rovers. Gets going and pumps it everywhere. Rodman Powell. Pump this. Here's Monroe. Nice and straight, nice and clean. And a minimum of fuss here from the left-handed opening batter for the LA Knight Riders. A bit of flight. As soon as he saw it was lofted that much from Ferreira, he said, "I'm sorry, Donovan, that's got to go."
There's been clear intent tonight against Ferreira. The power play now outside of it. The last year, Danny, they had their struggles. 4 different opening pairs. They tried Hales, they tried Fletcher. When Mukchan went up there, other than that one game Monroe missed for injury, they've stuck with this pair and they've complemented each other well.
Yeah, they certainly have. And they enjoy batting together. I see Fletcher, a bit of time in the middle, given that we're going into the playoffs next week there at Oakland. The Lexus team standings, we've got our 4 qualifiers rather. He's fighting it out. Want to be in that second posse. We want to be finishing in the top 2, and you get a couple of goes at making the final. If you win it, you go straight in. Yeah, to make it to the qualifiers and the Unicorns. Yeah, here we go, the Knight Riders. They need to beat right now Super Kings, and it's looking pretty good. You've got Washington. They need to beat the Super Kings and beat the Knight Riders. And New York, well, there you go. They're out of it. Nice Yorker.
Smart from Fletcher. It's been low risk and just giving Monroe the strike. 72 without loss.
Last push. Cruise control for the Knight Riders, gliding along seamlessly, primarily thanks to Colin Monroe, it must be said. Andre Fletcher has been happy just to watch his Southpaw opening partner go about his business in such style. 10 boundaries for the left-hander. As the Spice Man has just been getting Monroe onto strike. Here's a look at his 50. Played really nicely all season, actually. Lots of consistent contributions. And right from the very off, he's looked dynamic and attacking and aggressive. No shortage of good-looking strokes right the way around the ground, demolishing a few into the stands and some straight down too, and that trademark C celebration. Beats the outside edge, maybe the first hint of an error from Monroe, who's been, well, peerless in this innings thus far. Just a touch leg side dominant, as you can see. Just the 16% of his runs have come on the offside, but Super Kings haven't had an answer to it. Not quite going to carry. Just for a moment, Forrester thought about going for it.
Yeah, lovely this from Monroe and Fletcher. What they'd like, those who are sitting outside and in purple. Yes, Monroe going really well. They would like some form, some flow for Fletcher as well as they go into the playoffs. He'll pick up a couple so far. Just trying to get going, not a single boundary as yet. Hence that strike rate still being around a runner ball. He'd normally have accessed the boundary at least a couple of times by now.
Beats the outside edge this time. Yeah, it's been a real differential in the partnership, but that's what partnerships are all about. When one man's going well, the other doesn't necessarily have to be doing the same. Good over that one from Viljoen. Just the 5 come from it. It's 77 for none. It's such a good regular season. Hugely enjoyable from start to finish. The 2 trips to Dallas here, as Danny was talking about earlier, across to Pomona and to Oakland, where we'll head now come next week. And the Knight Riders into the postseason for the first time. Jason Holder's side, though, have loftier ambitions than that, and if they could close out a victory here tonight, they're in a very good position to do so. Still wicketless, even though they're behind where the Super Kings were at this stage. You would imagine that with 2 chances to get to the grand final, they'll have a real chance, a real opportunity to be there on Saturday, July 18th. Here's Forrester. I suspect we'll see a lot of that, a lot of pace off here, Pommy.
I've been interested to watch Dean Forrester. Young South African, just coming to the fore. Bowl, combat, and hits it hard. Oh dear. Unfortunate if you're Forrester, but there is the width with the field up on that side, so it's not really unlucky. You've got to be that bit straighter. For Fletcher, he'll say, I'm looking there. I'm trying to get a boundary there. And it is his first. He'll hope that it gets him on his way. They've got things under control just generally and playing nicely as a partnership. All looks quite comfortable.
That boundary came right off the toe end, the Q end of the bat. That'll be given as a leg bite. Fascinatingly, we've had so many interesting stats this year, mainly thanks to our genius statistician here, Rodders. We've seen 6 opening stands of 50 or more in the second innings this season, Pom. Only one of them's actually ended up on the winning side. And you'd think that, you know, you get 50 or more in a chase, wicketless, you'll be in a good position. And it was actually these two against MI New York. So they'll be looking now to make that 2 from 7, if you will. The thing I've really enjoyed about this season, I don't know about you, Pom, but that ebb and flow within the games and within the league table as well. But so many games have been difficult to predict and hard to know who's ahead or who's going to end up winning it.
Yeah, a particular pattern here, must be said, of teams batting well up to over 15 or 16.
Ferocious power, and it will get the boundary. Sprawling effort, diving from Akhil Hussain, who made up good ground but couldn't quite cut it off.
First one fortuitous, the boundary. Nothing fortuitous about that. Right off the middle of the bat and testing those fielders who are protecting the straight boundary. So a couple of boundaries now and maybe in flow.
Pretty much the dream first half of the chase for the LA Knight Riders. 87 runs unbroken. They've got more than half of what they require. The players will come on for a drink. It's 87 for none. It's been a really impressive start this from the Knight Riders. Yes, there's been a couple of chances. The caught and bowled chance has gone down. There could have been a run out in the very first over. You could argue there should have been if Akhil Hussain could just have gathered cleanly. That would have been the end of Fletcher for a duck, but it's been all about Colin Munro, really. Okay, Fletcher's at his moments, but Munro's dominated. No wickets yet for the 6 bowlers that have been used, and Ferreira in particular, alongside De Silva, expensive thus far.
Yeah, I've liked De Silva this season. He'll be back in the latter part of the game. Hopefully they still have a chance at that stage. Some shots played by Colin Munro. Experienced man and a man in fine form this season here. So good at taking advantage of the power play. He's done it again. His partners just hung with him, and right at the end, before we go to drinks there, he manages to get a couple of boundaries himself. That's how it looks then. 85 to get from 60. Very much a case of whether the Knight Riders will mess this one up, because they're on their way. I say that because teams have taken turns to do so from very good positions here at Grand Prairie. But one side out of the tournament, hoping to finish with a flourish, with a win, and the other side trying to be second so they can get 2 goals at getting into the final if necessary.
$85 more required from the 10 overs that remain. Big long discussion. A lot of the coaching staff coming on from the Super Kings during that drinks break, and clearly some remonstration. The side not happy with how they've gone with the bowling in the field, so they'll turn to one of their key assets, Akhil Hussain, come in to bowl his third. Can he find the breakthrough after the break in play? Oh, and the break and play does the trick. It's definitely gripped and turned, and no real celebration from Akhil Hussain, but much more like it for the Super Kings. They have broken the partnership.
Happens quite a bit this after a break. Break and flow, break and concentration. Yeah, it just turns a little bit. So really well played, 62, but it's done now. The Knight Riders with Monroe gone are 87 for 1.
Andre Russell will continue at number 3. Third time consecutively he's done this. One was very short and sweet, 11 with a 4 and a 6, and then he made 40 off just 18. So he'll always attack. Not certain Colin Monroe could believe he was bowled at first. Wondered had it maybe flicked off the keeper's gloves. Just that reaction there, you had to look back to confirm, oh, I'm gone. That's it. Great start after drinks for the Super Kings, just what they need, but they'll need plenty more where that came from.
There's a good bowler, Akil Hussain. Just took all the pace off it with that first one. Important to be right on the money first up. And the break, actually, these breaks you get, drinks breaks, whatever it is, it's a chance for you to start again, and the batter doesn't like that. What it's done, actually, is with the man who's going quite well out, they're almost starting all over again, the Knight Riders.
Yeah, great work from our crew, just seeing this during the drinks break. Whenever you touch those zing bells, they'll light up. Just a bit of superstition. Has it worked the trick? She'll say yes.
Whose superstition, yours or theirs?
I think Amshi's, I reckon.
Don't know that he was doing that for anything at all. Just having a bit of fun, likes to see bright lights.
Do it 9 more times, would end up on the winning side this evening.
Yeah, who was it famously did it in a test match or something?
Good call of weight, as it doesn't get through. As you rightly said, turn on offer.
Yeah, beautiful delivery. And with him having been in some sort of flow, whacking it to all parts, thinks he can do the same here. Turns, quite a lot of turn, and into the stumps.
Great over. The first wicket and just 2 runs from it, 89 for 1. And you can understand Hussain being a bit subdued, and obviously they're really playing for pride, the Super Kings. They would love to finish with a win in front of their home fans, and a good amount of them have turned out in their final match of the season. They will be back, of course, next year. Be interesting to see how long it takes before Russell starts to move. Not a position that Andre Russell has batted in a huge amount. It's now the 17th time in his T20 career, but he'll tend to take the aggressive options as change of ends for Viljoen.
Yeah, at the end of his over, just sort of walked off, and I wonder if it's any sort of reflection with regard to the opportunity or lack of it for him this season. Because here he is, 1 for 14 from 3. Looking for the Yorker, didn't quite get it then. It was okay though. Andre Russell turns to Jermaine Linder, says, "You played it off my chest." You watch this. It's full is looking for it on the pitch, and then if it's not there, he's got to pick it up quickly enough that it's a full toss. Yeah, just about all right.
Yeah, I think on that evidence, actually a very good decision and not easy, because Russell gets into that slightly crouched position just before the delivery is bowled.
He's a fantastic bowler. He's only getting a 4th opportunity out of 10 as a guy they've had do well before. It is kind of odd that there's a hat-trick in there, and then straight after the hat-trick he was dropped. I know they lost it in that game where he had the hat-trick, but it's not as if he could have lost it, because they were nowhere in the game at that stage. Hey Nickers, what have you got?
Well, guys, we know for the first time in Cognizant MLC history, the LA Knight Riders have made the playoffs. We had to come to the top of the helm. DJ Bravo, coach, you must be quite happy that you've finally been able to get over that hurdle. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I'm very happy. Obviously, it's shot.
You'll be happy with that as well?
Very happy again. Russell, our number 3. But I think it was a great team effort. You know, obviously, it's a tournament that history shows that we haven't done well over the years, and but you know, very good retention, also tying in, and you know, having a very good staff as well helps. So happy that we get there. But like I said, you know, for me, in tournaments, it's not just about qualifying; it's about going all the way. Shot, Russ.
Four more. Whilst he's hitting these, tell us what went into this move to get him up the order.
Yeah, I think obviously when you haven't fired down the order, you know, and I think you know, also a couple of games we lose our momentum with the bat, and as someone of his caliber, you know, you want to get him early, even though if the ball is still new, and in the power play, if he get off like the last game, you know, you can make a quick 40 in no time and change the entire momentum of the game. And going back to San Francisco, where it's a little slower, we still have a lot of power.
Coach, you're a specialist bowler, obviously, by trade. So I know it obviously is your player, but we're going to actually analyze this Yorker by Balloon, because it's something that Dwayne Bravo used to do at any time he wanted, really. So obviously Russell looking to attack, then bowled by Balloon. Let's watch it on the replay. Give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, very good ball. I think when they have players on the go, variation is very important, and that is just something that I try to encourage in my bowling group. You know, let's make sure that we don't just be stagnant and stubborn. You know, in this format, you have to be skillful, you have to be brave, but variation is very important, because the variation put doubt in batsman's mind. Even if a bowler slow ball and go for 6, the batsman now have to think about a slow ball. So then your length ball or your Yorker become effective, and vice versa. So. It's a good tournament so far for us, but like I said, still a long way to go.
And we're going all over the place because things are happening. I'm now seeing Matthew Trump walk out there. He's been one of the finds of the season.
Yeah.
Tell us how you've seen him evolve, because you've had him for a few years.
Yeah, last season was my first year, and I saw him and I saw Saif. Those two players were the team previously, but they didn't have much games under the belt. And you know, we had a camp in Florida, and straight away, you know, Otis and myself, who was there, said, you know, these two guys are very, like, they have the ability to actually bat, and they didn't get much opportunity last year. Saif batted number 4, Trump played some cameo at the back end, but this season Again, like I said, the games in San Francisco and stuff, we faltered with the bat, but he was batting very well in the nets and also the little cameos he played. And we said, hey, what we need to put him up the order and give him that confidence. And I think Shane Watson also helped a lot with talking to Trumpy. So it's good to have quality players in the staff, the backroom staff, so we can share our experience with the younger players and give them that platform.
A man you captain is into the attack, Aki Hossein. You know him very well. But coach, I know you have a deep connection to this franchise in yellow. Look over your left shoulder. I heard you talk about him earlier in the tournament. Amshi De Silva. Yeah. How much of a talent has he been? Are you impressed with what you've seen?
Yeah, very much impressed. I love his energy, his passion for the game. You know, even when he's fielding, his slower ball, his ability to bowl quick. And you will see him soon in one of my teams.
Really? That's breaking news. He's coming closer to you as we speak. Coach, I want to know, obviously from a team perspective, being the first year you guys get to the playoffs, and you were here from last year as well, did you feel anything was different this year about the way you went about things?
I just think the guys, everybody, I know it's no secret that we haven't done well, and these guys are professional athletes and they want to do well, they want to be successful. So for me, it's just to keep encouraging the group. We put a very good squad together, a very experienced squad, and you know, this year I decided to be brave, be more brave and trust my instinct and my gut feeling a little more, and not really question my decision, you know, and I think Jason and I built a very good captain-coach friendship.
Not relationship, friendship.
No, friendship.
I love that.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's especially when we feel in, you know, so we can bounce off ideas off each other. Someone I trust, and I know it's very mutual, but the energy was to win. We want to win and, you know, not just compete, but I'm happy that the guys responding. And, yeah, hopefully we can go all the way.
We're going to see you next week. Before you go, Coach, we know it's been well documented, your battle with Kyron Pollard. He said that he's won this tournament a couple of times. You've not won it. Give me a message to him. He's probably at home watching right now, and y'all are always going at it. What do you have to say to Kyron Pollard?
I say congratulations to the Lord, to the rich uncle for winning this tournament 2 times. Yes, I never win it as a player, but it's okay. You know, I have 2 World Cups, and that's what he needs to know.
I love it. Thank you very much. And maybe you'll have one as a coach. We'll see in about a week's time. Is this a run out? It could be. We'll check, and our TV umpire will have some work to do.
This could well be gone.
TV
we'll have a look upstairs.
We've got a review for a run out. We go for your best angle, please. Okay, can you just roll that back, please, just to make sure the gloves haven't touched the stumps here. Get another angle for me if you can. It's clearly out of his ground. Split screen would be great. Thank you. Better short of the ground. I've got my decision of the big screen.
OUT on the big screen, massive moment in the match as Shubham Ranjane produces the direct hit to catch Fletcher short. He's gone for 26, 101 for 3. Rodman Pell in at number 5. Just a flurry of wickets. They've lost 3 for 14 here. Great to hear the thoughts of head coach DJ Bravo. He's down with Nikhil Uttam-Chandani talking us through their season thus far. Can they find 2 chances to get to the grand final? That's the end of Akil Hussain. What a fantastic spell. 4 overs, 1 for 16. Knight Riders 101 for 3.
101 for 3 after 13 overs. There's quite a bit to do. 70 runs to go for 71 in 42 deliveries, and suddenly this match is beginning to get interesting. That's a quick turnaround, Nick, there from the ground to the comm box.
To make use of the youth, Robbie. They'll take that with open arms. Fortunate edge, 4 to the tally.
Yeah, that'll do his confidence a little bit of good. Doesn't matter how the boundaries come, as long as they come in, moving towards your target, they all count. Forrest has gone for 9 in this first over. Wow, he's upset. Not happy with Saiteja there.
Yeah, not the time for this from an LA Raiders perspective. Fletcher's been involved in a few, and good piece of fielding as well from Ranjani. Ground fielding and accuracy's been good. A couple of direct hits this season. Fletcher be disappointed. He would have been wanting to be the one when Monroe was dismissed to take on the mantle of scoring.
They were well ahead in this game, and suddenly it feels like they have a little catching up to do. It's what happens when you lose back-to-back wickets? A little bit more pressure. It's not the kind of wicket where you go and you can start playing shots. You need to get in there a little bit. You can see from the worm as well. Suddenly start moving slightly sideways.
Gap well pierced. Been in red hot form of late. Matt Trump.
He has been hitting the ball really well, aggressively as well. First seam delivery, just a little bit of width, pounced on it.
I think Akil Hossein's hands have done enough to stop it from getting into the boundary, saved a couple.
The wicket so far, it's been all soft dismissals, to be very honest. This one, run out, finally, direct hit. Well out of his crease. There was no chance there was a single there.
$112 for 3. Joshua Trump there, next to Smith Patel on the left of him, in between Maharaj and Patel, brother of Matt Trump. Didn't feature this season, but him and his brother very close, Robbie. Both live in Austin, Texas. Both good golfers and tennis players as well.
They're twins, aren't they? Smith Patel with Kishore Maharaj as well.
He's played a few games to the Super Kings. He'll be hoping that next season he can get an opportunity. Similar player to Trump, and it's funny because in the first local auction and draft, all the talk was around Joshua Trump. He was a very early pick for the Super Kings. Last 2 seasons, he hasn't had many opportunities, and it's been his brother who started on the bench, was rotated between a few franchises. Now he's the one getting the chance. De Silva. Because of shots like this is why he's been given added responsibility. My word, that has traveled.
He's absolutely smoked that one, Trump. Pitched slightly outside the off stump, but was able to free his arms When he gets low, oh, everything right. Races away for another boundary. It's a very different type of initial movement. Stance and then just a little bit of a crouch as he gets ready to play the ball. Different batters have different types. There's a front foot one, there's a back foot one, there's back foot across.
Straight to the fielder and put down. You heard a squeal from Trump. As soon as he hit it, he knew he didn't middle it. I think they've taken an extra run as well. 9th drop this season for Faf's men.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? This time staying a little upright, so couldn't get under the ball. So the connection was poor. Million puts down the sitter. Ouchie.
That was the moment, and Faf knows it. It is his brother-in-law at the end of the day, Robbie, so I have to keep it PG.
Yeah, be PG here on air. Not in the dressing room.
This battle is of maybe the next generation of USA cricket. Trump v. De Silva.
The talent here is really rich, I have to say. Exciting what United States of America will produce in international cricket over the next 4 or 5 years, perhaps even 10. The talent that we've been able to see, the Cognizant MLC.
This time it doesn't go to hand. De Silva 23, Trump 21. Maybe we'll see them in the same team one day. Dwayne Bravo's already recruiting De Silva for his teams outside of Cognizant MLC.
Yeah, if they don't, if anyone who's seen Amshi De Silva play in this season's Cognizant MLC, and if they're not willing to pick him up, and he's not a name that's a part of a serious discussion in multiple other franchises globally, they've actually cast a blind eye on some exceptional talent then. I reckon this talent, this kid has a long way to go. He seems like such a quick athlete, so good as an athlete, as a fielder. Have a look at what he did yesterday. As a bowler, there's so much talent. Just look at this catch.
And he's multifaceted. We've seen a direct hit run out from a deep cover boundary in Auckland. A few catches like this and fiery pace. I'm sure we'll be seeing him around the franchises globally. Trump squeezes it to the boundary. Frustration for the young firework. 1-2-4 for 3. Required rate a touch under 10, but controllable. Lamba's going to come back into the attack. You feel hard done by De Silva. It wasn't a bad delivery by any means. Nice Yorker, just squeezed out. Luckily for Trump, he's been in the gap. He's been fortunate in these 13 balls and racing. Just continuing that discussion, Robbie, from the previous over. The reason I think we'll see De Silva going forward, one thing the Super Kings like to do is travel with their players. So you realize, you look around here now, and you're seeing Ferreira, Forrester, Rousseau, Maharaj, Hossein, all of them playing for the Joburg Super Kings in the SA20 earlier this year. Seeing it as that continuity, building loyalty.
Yeah, and I think his name will go up in the leagues that come up as well. And he's actually not a muck with the bat. He can actually bat pretty well. If he works on that a little bit, he can become a proper all-rounder, which in itself is a rarity in cricket nowadays.
The great thing about the modern day game, young players out there, you have one good season and you can almost make a lasting impression. And these teams have opportunities for you around the world. Make use of every chance. Lama's done that this season as well. Robin Powell will be having deja vu in this position. Took down this Super Kings bowling lineup in a run chase. It was one of the most lethal innings we've seen.
He had an absolute beauty of a knock against, I think, against Super Kings. You're right. Oakland.
Nice bit of byplay from Hossein and Powell. And Akil Hossein wasn't there this night when Powell turned to power.
Smashed the ball to all parts of the park. There was no stopping him. No one could stop the juggernaut that was Robin Powell that night. It was scary, to be honest, to watch him bat at his intimidating best.
Even the bat raise was intimidating. He pointed at them.
He's an absolute gentleman off the field. One of the softest spoken cricketers from West Indies you'd meet. But on the field, when he's on song, boy, he can be scary.
.130 for 3.
Our last Cognizant MRC match here in Dallas. I think it's the 15th we've had here because we had 2 legs. Yeah, to make the qualifier and play the Unicorns. That's the scenario in terms of getting up there in those qualifiers where you get 2 bites at it. Everyone wants to finish 1 or 2. Get a couple of goes. You win the first one, you're straight into that final. Skiddy, lucky he's clothed it, miss-hit, saves Trump. He'll continue on and he'll flick it over to Rodman Powell, and his partnership now is 30. So, no, let's call it 11 and like 10 and a half. It's not quite 11, 10 and a halves. Very gettable, should be. You think they just get in here and get the job done. Get the win, get the 2 points. So Rodman is still in single figures. He only just got out there. So a bit of responsibility here for Matthew Trump. It's a good posse for him to be in. The Knight Riders have vastly improved over the season. That's another cracking York, and you've got to expect this from De Silva because that's his go-to now.
Yeah, he's a competitor. You watch him in the field, whatever it is he's doing is going at 1,000,000 miles an hour and trying 100%. A remitly speedy delivery from him, 140 clicks. Yep, goes at it once again. And you know each time when he turns up to bowl that he's trying to make something happen. Went for 14 off his first, but never mind that. Each time that there's an over going on with him in play, you can expect something to happen. It's a good young player. I was talking about Rushil Ugakar earlier and seeing a player progress through the seasons and get better. When you find new ones, it's even better than that.
Is larruped this. That has almost gone for 6 over point. Pace on and uses it well. Very smart here from Tromp.
Yeah, he's up against another youngster who's also been good and pretty keen on smashing. Look at this. Cutting it away, using the pace, no danger of it going in front because he's quite quick, De Silva, and away it goes for 4.
No prize there, I'm sorry. Can't redeem anything.
Oh, yes! What a shot. Matthew Tromp. Yeah, emerging indeed. Absolutely brilliant shot.
Oh, it sounded so good off the willow. It deserved the whistle of note. Darling, we're coming to collect it. I want a ball back. Oh, please. 308 feet is the current longest. $2.99 there, Tromp. Pereira 308 with a biggie. LA just a couple of runs away, guaranteed of finishing last Old Texas. So they go past 144. It means Texas are going to be the wooden spoon winners. A bit like those women in the crowd throwing the ball back. Over's done. It's 143 for 3. LA Knight Riders in a very good position here. Just need 29 the last 3. Oh, fatted again, has he? Oh no, it would have been a miracle. That would have been one of the best catches ever in Cognizant MLC. Oh, that Mukamula.
Ranjani is the fielder there trying to get to it, couldn't quite. Matthew Tromp continues looking for the fence. Oh, just about got there.
Almost breaching the 150 now, so just shows you a couple of boundaries, a couple of big hits, and that asking rate was almost at 11s. Now it's down at 8.6.
And it is the way to go about it. Some teams sort of try and finesse it round about here, and they let it kind of get towards the back end, and then the bowling team gets back in it. Goodness. He's playing quite nicely. Matthew Tromp, certainly the aggressor in the partnership, and it's taxing. 150 has come up. It's a good partnership, 49 from 28. And when you have Rovman Powell with you and are able to dominate it as he's done here, you're in decent touch.
Now Rodman, he's happy to hand it over. Can you think about Rodman Powell and that striking? The same opposition back in Pomona, where he smashed it everywhere and won the game. He has, in terms of a strike rate in the death overs, the best at 264. Best ever in MLC. And now with these two, they've got a half-century partnership, by and large thanks to Matthew Tromp. Big time. Powell's only faced the 8 deliveries, to be fair. Tries a catch it. No, again, he's lucky. The cricketing gods are smiling for Trump, and he's edging his way closer to a half century. Remember, he got out the other night for 49. He's now on 46. Last one of the 18th. Lumber, can he make it interesting now? Take a wicket right here. Goes for a slow one into the surface. So it means Powell's going to hold on to the strike. 10 off the 18th, and the Knight Riders are 153 for 3. Yeah, he's been pretty good as Matthew Tromp this season. Against the Unicorns at that 49, and the Freedom, he did get that 50, and against MI New York at 44. So he's got starts. Look at that. No single figure scores this season. So he's sort of settled in, doing a very good job for the Knight Riders. So's Munro, and they've been key, those two. Powell's, of course, won a Player of the Match award. Oh, he missed out there, though. Should have got a bit more wood on that, Rodman. Value in his last over. He's looking around the field. He's just checking out, and then the Lewin, he just restarts his his run up. Here he comes now. So clean, just a punch, and well played, sir. Matthew Tromp has got another half century here in the MLC.
Yeah, just 21 years old, Matthew Tromp, and has been impressive this season. Just 25 balls to get to 50. That's a nice shot. Really well played.
Oh, now he's got underneath it. Has it got enough on it? Because it's had snow on it as well. Man, that's gone a long way up. Oh, hey.
Beautiful striking. Absolutely brilliant. Up, up, and away it goes. Had to carry on the work of Colin Munro, who got them started.
Colin the fire starter. Certainly was. There's appreciation from one of the old hands, Rodman Powell, who's been there and seen it all, won titles. powerful Jamaican, saying, well done, Matthew Trump. Yeah, punch of the chest and the emblem of the Knight Riders. Give the badge a good bashing. Say, I'm here for you guys. Let's go on and win it, as Jason Holder said. Miss hit. There's a miss hit. And that's why. Pereira's on the end of it. We're going to see Holder come out, but that's a Cognizant clutch catch from Donovan Ferreira.
Would have felt that. Oh. Would have felt that he should hit that out of the ground. He got 8, only 8 this time around. Robin Powell, Knight Riders 165 for 4.
They're 4 down, the Knight Riders, but they only need 7 from 7. So you think it should be all done and dusted here, and the captain has to come out and possibly get the winning runs. So Matthew Tromp at the other end, 57-0 from 27, has had a night to remember here at Grand Prairie. So Holder, looks experienced, yeah. Got to win here, and they're going to do that, aren't they? And so New York, yeah, well, they're out of it. They're out of the qualification. We're talking about 1 and 2. And up, 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 up. Yeah. And is it a no ball? It's a 6. Is the height a factor? Done. So 18 off the 19th. It's 171 for 4.
Yeah, it's only because it's Jason Holder that it wasn't a no ball, you know, because he's so tall. Deals with it quite well. Look at how far that goes into the stands. Brilliant shot. 6er and scores level. Yeah, Matthew Trump can smile.
Yeah, we're all tied up here. Just the one required. Yeah, Matthew Trump, he's had a pretty good season and consistency, and a couple of 50s and a couple of 40s. Well done, son. Yeah, he's hit a long ball.
Yeah, and today it's impressive because when we talk about players batting here, teams batting here, the game at the back end has been a bit of a troublesome affair. Teams capitulating, and he's turned up here, got 50 off 25 balls, and also making sure that the side does get over the line. It would be apt if he could hit the winning runs. Hurry is over the line. He gets the side over the line. Very well played, Matthew Trump, for his 58 not out from 28 balls. It means that the Knight Riders win by 6 wickets here with 5 balls to spare. And that coveted 1 or 2 on the table is where they will finish, and therefore get a couple of goals if necessary at getting into the championship final.
Yeah, commiserations for Faf du Plessis and the Texas Super Kings, who will stay rooted to the foot of the table. They finished last of the Cognizant MLC for season 4. And some, yeah, pretty dejected looking face. You think about the Silvers, given his whole heart and soul, and some great fielding from him, catches and run-outs and some dynamic bowling. Confirmation there. Orcas and Super Kings miss out on the qualification. Unicorns, Knight Riders up there in terms of that net run rate. Good stuff from them, so they finished in the top 2, and that's what they needed. And so you'll have the Freedom in New York and that eliminator. And they've been hot and cold at times, the Knight Riders. In fact, sides have been. There's been that winning and losing, hence the log jam with the top 4 sides. The winning moment there, just a nice little flurry. Wanted it straight away, hustled the single. Scores were level. Trump was there with the captain to be 58 from 28, not out, with a lovely little strike rate of 207 because of his 7 fours and 2 maximums. Much delight for DJ Bravo, head coach of the LA Knight Riders, and young Trump, only 21 years of age. Handshakes with one of his heroes, Faf du Plessis. And I love that about Faf. He really is a great caring captain for the whole group. Family of the Knight Riders, yeah, they're up out of their seats and very jubilant. Dad's done a good job, they're saying. Fireworks, and my goodness, they're rowdy here. Grand Prairie. Coach and captain delighted. Lovely little 6-wicket win with 5 balls to spare. Rightio, time to go sideline catch up with Amar Patel.
Here with Faf du Plessis, captain of the Texas Super Kings. Commiserations on the loss today. I want to start off in the first innings, 171. Did you feel that was going to be enough?
No, I thought the same as yesterday. I thought we were 20, 30 runs short again. You feel on this wicket, you need to be 180 plus to really feel in the game. So the same things as yesterday, where we get good starts, not have that big partnership or those big contributions just to set you up. 30s never really gives you man of the match performances, so I feel definitely 20 runs short.
With the ball in hand, struggled to take wickets in the first 10 overs. What do you chop that up to?
Yeah, we fought well. I mean, we showed good character on scratching it away all to the end, and the boys were brilliant. Akil was fantastic. So they tried really hard. 1 drop chance in the field. I think it's the 4th game in a row where we have 1 drop chance that just makes those close games slip away. So unfortunately, not doing the small things good.
In terms of your team, it's the final game for you guys this season. Reflect on it for me.
Yeah, disappointing. I thought throughout the season we were very consistent in the way that we played. As a team, we were very accurate in the way that we did things. You know, feeling like as a team that we're playing at 70, 80%. But then at crucial moments, just losing the crucial moments. And I felt that was a consistent thing right throughout the season. And in those moments, you need someone to take it by the scruff of the neck, whether it's batting a partnership and getting that 70-plus score, or with a ball just closing the game down. There was on 3 or 4 occasions where we took the game right to the wire, and unfortunately it just fell the other way.
Faf, thank you as always, and we hope to see you again next year.
Thank you.
Faf du Plessis in 2027 back at Cognizant MLC. Munro at the top there, yeah, set things alight in the power play. Fletcher hung around with him and was just a nice little friend to help him through, and hung in there, which was important. And then you had Tromp with that 58 from 28, and Powell, he was a bit of a passenger at the other end, just looking and just giving the strike back to young Tromp. Very good indeed from the young fellow, who ended up 58 not out. Bowling, not enough wickets at the top. Akil saying the standard. Look at that, 15 dots, 1 for 16. Valuan got a couple, but he was somewhat expensive, and the others, yeah, they just couldn't get people out when they really needed to create some pressure on the Knight Riders. So in the last match of the round robin, game 30, 171, as Faf du Plessis said, was always a little light. Need to get around 190, and in the end it proved so. The Knight Riders had 5 balls to spare and 6 wickets in the bank to get to 172, thanks to Munro and Trump. The Trump brothers. One on either side. The Trumpies.
Drumpies.
Is that South African connection? Well, Pom, you know, you've got to take wickets early and not enough of them.
Yeah, up at the front. He didn't get any. 87 they managed to put on. This was some fine striking by Colin Munro, who really was man alone. The spikesman didn't get much of the strike. He didn't manage to get the ball off to the fence